Good evening and welcome inside Regency Furniture Stadium as we prepare for the series finale between your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the visiting Sugar Land Skeeters. A doubleheader was played yesterday. Sugar Land, a solid offensive output for them as they swept it, a combined score of 19-2. 12-2 in Game 1 and 7-0 in Game 2. They were led by the long ball, 6 combined home runs, 2 from Barrett Barnes, 2 from Anthony Jansanti, and 2 from former Major Leaguer Derek Norris. So the Blue Crabs will look to salvage a game in the series. They'll send out left-hander David Wayne Russo to get the job done, as the Southpaw will head out to the mound to make his 4th start of this 2018 season. He's appeared in 27 games, 1-3 with a .436 ERA. His last start and last appearance came on the 1st of the month against the Lancaster Barnstormers. He took the loss in the game, 4-2 the final score. Russo went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. That was his 3rd start of the year. He served primarily out of the bullpen for Southern Maryland, but 24 of his appearances coming there. He's walked 27 batters to 34 strikeouts in 45 and a third inning. Russo will match up with the potent Sugar Land offense, led off by the center fielder Barrett Barnes, who will head into the box now. The right fielder Anthony Jansanti follows him. First baseman Derek Norris bats third. Juan Silverio will serve as the cleanup hitter and play third base. The designated hitter is Matt Chavez. He bats fifth. Albert Cordero, the catcher, bats sixth. Left fielder Dennis Phipps bats seventh. Alvaro Rondon bats eighth. And the second baseman, Javier Betancourt, will round things out in the number 9 spot. So Barnes, who homered twice yesterday, digs in to the right-handed batter's box here as Russo's first pitch misses outside. And we are underway. 1-0 the count to the dangerous leadoff hitter Barnes. He's hitting .265, 11 home runs, 40 RBIs as he gets a called strike here to even things up. David Wayne Russo is 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Monterey, California. The 27-year-old is in his 2nd year with the Blue Crabs. As a fly ball to shallow right, charging on is Sonko, and it'll hang up long enough for the right fielder to get there. He'll make the catch, and Russo starts things with a fly ball out. The defensive alignment behind the left-hander, Teodoro Martinez in left field, Corey Vaughn in center. We just saw Angelo Sonko in right field. Around the infield, left to right, starting at third base, Frank Martinez, Edwin Garcia at short, Angelis Nina and Devin Rodriguez on the right side, with Craig Maddox doing the catching behind the plate. Anthony Jansanti digs in now as he takes on the outside corner for a called strike. The umpiring crew for tonight's game, Eric Byram behind the plate. At first base is Derek Moshe, and at third base, Nate Caldwell. The 0-1 upcoming, a cutter that comes in and jams Jansanti. He fouls it off, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Russo features 5 pitches, 3 of them fastballs, a 4-seam, a 2-seam, a cut fastball. Then he also throws a changeup and a slurve. Out of the windup works Russo as he kicks for the 0-2. He goes to that breaking ball that misses outside, and the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes here. This is his 56th Atlantic League appearance, his 12th start for the Blue Crabs. He's making his 19th career start. As this one swung on and missed, it's underneath Maddox. He'll pick it up and toss it to first. And Russo is credited with the strikeout of Jansanti. 2 up, 2 down starts his night. Russo made his Atlantic League debut last season, appearing in 30 games for Southern Maryland. He worked mainly in the bullpen, but ended up making 8 starts out of his 30 appearances. He went 2-4 with a .526 ERA, striking out 40 batters on the year. Prior to his last outing against the Barnstormers, Russo had accumulated a 5-game scoreless streak that spanned over 8 1/3 innings. He posted an 0.77 ERA in the month of July, a very solid month for him. He had the third lowest ERA on the team. 2 people topped him, as Chris Mazza and Tommy Shirley both finished the month with perfect ERAs as members of the Blue Crabs. 1-0 fastball misses inside to Derek Norris, and Russo falls behind 2 balls and no strikes. Norris, a huge day yesterday, 5 for 7, a pair of home runs, 5 RBIs, and 3 runs scored for the catcher/first baseman. He's at first base in the game today. He calls time here prior to the 2-0 and will step out looking to reset himself. A called strike here will bring the count to 2-1 as Russo looks to battle back in the at-bat, trying to go for that 1-2-3 first inning. A change up here. That one drops a bit too low, and the count will go to 3 balls and 1 strike as a hitter's count for a dangerous hitter. Not the spot that Russo wants to be in, no doubt, as he readies for the 3-1, Norris now digs back in, and here comes that 3-1 pitch. It's a fastball, fly ball towards center. Vaughn on full sprint back will make the catch just short of the track, and Russo has a 1-2-3 inning. Pair of flyouts and a strikeout start his night. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base in the frame. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Blue Crabs will look to get on the board. Teodoro Martinez, Edwin Garcia, and Devin Rodriguez, your typical top 3 when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Sam Runyon, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, join the Blue Crabs on Saturday night, August 18th, as we celebrate Southern Maryland's rich spiritual and religious community with Faith and Family Night. All night long, we will feature performances, prayer, and presentation from area religious and spiritual leaders, as well as post-game fireworks spectacular. Your minister, band, choir, or congregation can even participate. To be part of the festivities or to purchase tickets, please contact Group Sales at 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
Ladies, this is Corey Vaughn. Be sure to join us at a ballpark every Wednesday night for Wind Up Wednesday, presented by Cove Point Winery. On select Wednesday nights throughout the year, ladies get in for just $5. You can also enjoy free wine samples from Cove Point, as well as free services from Therapeutic Massage and Wellness. For more information and the available dates, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Blue Crabs come up to bat for the first time here in the bottom of the first. They've got a tough task in front of them tonight, as right-hander Dallas Beeler has taken his final warm-up tosses. And the big right-hander ready to go. Teodoro Martinez digs in as Beeler goes high and tight with a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. Dallas Beeler, 6'5", 225 pounds, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. The 29-year-old in his first season here with the Skeeters. As Teodoro chopper towards third, Silverio will reach up above his head and fire across the diamond 2 pitches, 1 out, start the day for Beeler. That'll drop Martinez to 0 for 8 in the series. Edwin Garcia will come up to bat now. He's 0 for 4 in the doubleheader yesterday. Hope to turn that around here. Beeler on the season has made 14 appearances, 9 of them starts. He's 6-1 with a 1.89 ERA. 60 strikeouts to 13 walks in 66 and 2/3 innings. Now make it a even 67 after the out of Martinez. Garcia squares to bunt, pulls back, and a fastball misses high. 1 ball and no strikes. Beeler works out of the windup, kicks in, delivers. Garcia, chopper down the first baseline. That's going to stay fair past Norris. It's down into the gap. Garcia on his way to second. The throw comes in from the right fielder, Jansanti, in plenty of time to get Garcia, and he is caught trying to stretch that into a double. He'll be credited with his first hit in the series, but a strong throw from Jansanti cut him down, and will put 2 outs. Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the number 3 hitter, digs in now. The top of the order yesterday for the Blue Crabs, 0 for 16, including an 0 for 5 in the doubleheader from Rodriguez as he takes a changeup inside from Beeler. 1 ball and no strikes. Beeler, 29 years old, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was a 37th round draft pick of the Toronto Blue Jays as Rodriguez fouls one off in the box, 1-1. That came in 2008. He did not sign that contract out of Jenks High School. He elected to attend Oral Roberts University and fell in the draft a bit to the Chicago Cubs, 41st round in the 2010 MLB draft. He did sign with the Cubs in 2010. A swing and miss here from Rodriguez as the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beeler's numbers as a sophomore at Oral Roberts, he was 2-0 in 10 games with 2 saves and a 3.43 ERA. Rodriguez sends a chopper the other way as that's going to get out of play. So the count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Blue Crabs' number 3 hitter, looking to extend this inning a bit. Chopper will go back foul as the count will remain. Beeler is the brother of NFL center Chase Beeler. Chase was a consensus All-American center at Stanford. Signed with the San Francisco 49ers as an undrafted free agent in 2011. Also played for the Philadelphia Eagles and most recently the St. Louis Rams practice squad. Rodriguez a chopper towards third here. A backhand play from Silverio. He'll fire across to first just in time to get Rodriguez by a step. And with the help of a strong throw from an outfielder, Beeler gets a 1-2-3 inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the second in a scoreless ball game. Juan Silverio, the man we saw make 2 plays in that inning, will lead things off when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Brandon Compton, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Pet lovers, kick off the Labor Day holiday right and join the Blue Crabs on Sunday night, September 2nd for our final Bark in the Park night of the season. The game has a special start time of 6:35, and the first fans through the gates receive Blue Crabs dog collars brought to you by 98.7 WMZQ. Call 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
Hi, this is Courtney Knischel, General Manager of your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
David Wayne Russo back to work here in the top of the second. He's got the 4-5-6 in the Sugarland lineup. After a 1-2-3 first, Russo back to work with a fastball that crosses the outside part of the plate for a called strike. Russo ready quickly for the 0-1, working fast as he blows a fastball by Silverio here, and the count goes to 0-2. Russo went undrafted out of San Jose State University and signed to play professionally with the Vallejo Admirals in the Pacific Association in 2014. Russo gets a ground ball to short here. Garcia vacuums it up and fires across to first for out number 1. So 4 up, 4 down to start the night for Russo, just the start the left-hander was looking for. He pitched in 10 games in that 2014 season for the Admirals before finishing the year in the Frontier League with the Rockford Aviators. He posted a 2-1 record in 2014 and returned to Rockford for the 2015 season. In 2016, he signed with the Texas Air Hogs of the American Association before joining the Blue Crabs in 2017. Russo's best year came in that 2016 season as he misses one low here. First pitch to Matt Chavez will put him behind. During that 2016 campaign, Russo went 3-7, but with a 4.28 ERA, a career low, and a career high 35 appearances, including 6 starts. As he kicks and delivers, this one misses outside, and the count at 2 balls and no strikes. He pitched 69 in the third innings, another career high. Struck out 52, yet another career high, and walked just 25. That's lower than his total both this year and last year. He did give up 72 hits that year, but that comes as a product of the amount of innings he pitched, as this one swung on and pushed out of play. 2-1 we go. On his career, Russo with an 11-17 record and a 5.24 career ERA. Two-one, swung on and missed as Chavez will go to 2-2 now. Russo has worked his way back. So the southpaw will look for a second strikeout. Chavez looking to slow him down. Will step out of the right-handed batter's box. Russo liking to work quickly. As soon as he steps back in, he kicks and delivers, and the 2-2 is smoked down towards the Blue Crabs bullpen, as that'll get down foul and roll into left field. So solid contact there from Chavez, but he was a little bit out in front. Two once more. It's a cutter that just misses the inside corner. Chavez thought it was going to come a little bit further inside and hopped out of the way, but Craig Maddox stuck it right on that corner, tried to earn a call. He pulled it back just a little bit too much, though, and Byram wasn't having it. So the payoff pitch upcoming. Russo shakes off one sign. Now ready for the 3-2, kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that tails outside of the zone, and that will put Chavez aboard with a hard-earned walk. And the first base runner of the day for Sugarland will head down to first, and that will put Russo into the stretch. Well, Russo was at San Jose State University. He pitched close to here in the Cal Ripken Collegiate Baseball League with the Bethesda Big Train. In 3 seasons with Bethesda, he went 4-1 with a 2.25 ERA, including 2-0 with a 1.85 ERA in 9 appearances during the 2012 Summer League season. Fastball misses high here as he falls behind the catcher Albert Cordero. The 1-0 upcoming as Russo kicks and delivers. This one misses outside, and the count will go to 2 balls and no strikes. Bethesda, a dominant force in the Cal Ripken Summer Collegiate League. They won a championship again this year. They split it, actually, with the Baltimore Redbirds. They set their franchise record in this 2018 season with 34 wins, as a line drive will dive in front of left field. Teodoro Martinez was battling the sun, but it got down regardless of whether he saw it or not. And a hit for Cordero, the first of the game for the Sugarland Skeeters. So 2 on, 1 out with Dennis Phipps coming to the plate. Phipps with a big swing on a first pitch fastball. It's swung on and missed, and the count at no balls and 1 strike. Russo comes set. We'll look back at second. Now kicks and delivers. Fastball on the inside corner, called strike to Phipps, and the count at no balls and 2 strikes. A line drive towards third. That's going to get through into left field. Martinez will charge. The stop sign will be thrown up for Chavez. As time is called, the sprinklers have come on here just as the ball was getting thrown in. So time is called here quickly as Martinez cut it off while getting sprayed with water. Thankfully, that didn't cost the Blue Crabs a run. We're going to take a break here. We'll step away as we take this quick delay to get this taken care of. We'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network. After a quick break, the sprinkler issue taken care of, but Russo still in a bit of a jam. He's got the bases loaded, 1 out, and Alvaro Rondon digging in. Rondon into the left-handed batter's box, a lefty-on-lefty matchup as Russo will look for a ground ball that could roll 2 and get him out of this inning. His first pitch misses outside, and the count will go to 1 ball and no strikes. This pitch misses as well, and now Russo behind 2 balls and no strikes. He's got nowhere to put the batter, Rondon, so he's going to have to come after him here shortly. This one misses outside, and the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. So Russo is officially out of pitches to play with here. He's got to come to the zone right now to Rondon and get back in this, or else a run will undoubtedly cross. So the 3-0 with the bases loaded, taking all the way, no doubt, was Rondon, but Russo gets a called strike here, and the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Still got an uphill battle to climb, though, as Rondon swings, and now the count will run full. So that's good news for Russo. So the payoff pitch upcoming. He's still got to stay in the zone here. 3-2. It's a pop-up. That's going to go in foul territory. Now the payoff pitch once more. Rondon with a big cut. He fouls it off out of play as he continues to stay alive in the at-bat and battle. So now the 3-2 on its way once more. It's a fastball. That one's high out of the zone. As Rondon battles for a walk and wins the battle, it takes a while. 8 pitches in the at-bat, but Rondon will head down to first, and more importantly, Chavez will head home as the opening run in the game. After a walk with 1 out, got the offense going. The first base runner of the day for Sugar Land. A pair of singles and another walk brought home Matt Chavez. First pitch swinging is the number 9 hitter, Javier Betancourt. A fly ball to shallow right. Sonko will field. Tagging from third is Cordero. The throw offline. Now they have the runner at first in a pickle. Another run charging home. Nina now has Phipps in a run down. Maddox gets it. He'll flip to third. Martinez running down. He'll flip to Nina, and Nina will tag Phipps. But another run did cross. Cordero scored on a sacrifice fly from Betancourt. But the Blue Crabs get Phipps in a rundown, as that will retire the side. Technically a double play, but a 2-run lead for Sugar Land. They put up 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1 man on base, and we head to the bottom of the second. John Griffin leads things off when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the latest and best in Blue Crabs gear? Look no further than the newly redesigned and restocked store anchored by EC Sports. The team store features everything from old favorites like game replica hats and t-shirts to novelty items and collectibles. You can visit our team store anytime 9 to 5 as well as during all home games. The team store is also available online by visiting somdbluecrabs.com and clicking the store tab.
Hey fans, this is Craig Stem, pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Make sure you come out every Thursday for Foster's Grill Wings and Beer Night. For just $30, you can enjoy a ticket to the game and 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Foster's Wings and all-you-can-drink beer in the Legends Clubs from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Are you looking for the best place to entertain your group, large or small, this summer? Look no further than the Blue Crabs at Regency Furniture Stadium with our newly renovated luxury suites and Legends Club, as well as our brand new party suite. Our luxury suites have all new amenities and are sure to please your group, while our clean, upscale Legends Club can host up to 160 guests for a game or anytime. New for 2018, the Blue Crabs are excited to announce our brand new party suite for groups up to 50 guests. It's double the space for double the fun for double the group, just $20 per person. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 to book your group today.
Hey, this is Devin Rodriguez, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs offense will look to battle back here after 2 runs in the top of the second for Sugarland. John Griffin will lead things off. First pitch swinging against Dallas Beeler, as that will go high in the count at no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 upcoming. Beeler kicks in, delivers Griffin a hot shot down the third baseline. It's past the backhand effort of Silverio and down into the left field corner. On his way to second is Griffin. He'll make the turn there as the left fielder Phipps was struggling with it, but he picks it up and fires it into third. Griffin will slap on the brakes, and the big man's aboard double as John Griffin puts himself in scoring position here. Second hit of the game for the Blue Crabs, the first a single from Edwin Garcia, but he was caught trying to stretch it into a double. Griffin succeeds, and now Frank Martinez will dig in an RBI opportunity. Martinez was 3 for 6 yesterday, a run scored in that game. He had a hit in both of the doubleheader games. As a switch hitter into the left-handed batter's box, breaks his bat here on a grounder to second. Betancourt will field, but it will be an effective out as Griffin is able to advance into third. So now 90 feet away from opening the scoring on the day for the Blue Crabs. It'll be up to Angelo Sonko to get him in. A sacrifice fly would get the job done. Sonko appeared in Game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Took Game 2 off, sitting out in favor of some lineup changes. Rosario, the big one, came in at second base. His pitch misses low in the count at 1-0. Sonko ready for the 1-0 as Beeler sets and delivers. A changeup misses high, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes to Sonko. The infield's halfway here for the Skeeters. As Sonko gets ready to go here. Beeler out of the stretch, kicks and delivers. It's a changeup that's swung on and missed, and the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. So Griffin led it off with a double, a broken bat from Frank Martinez. Moved him over to third on a ground out to second. And now Sonko has a chance to drive in a run here and get one at least back for the Blue Crabs. As he pulls one foul here, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count.
Despite the 241 average on the season for Sonko, he's hitting 302 against Sugarland. That dipped a little bit yesterday when he went 0 for 3. He only played in one game of the doubleheader.
He's ready now, though, as Beeler comes set, the 2-2. Big swing again, but fouled back. Series finale here. That was my broadcast partner, Andrew Banstra, joining me now. Brandon Belanda here. We've got 3 more coming to you this weekend, though. We're set for a 3-game homestand. After the conclusion of this, the Road Warriors will come into town for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday matchup. 2-2 breaking ball to Sonko, dips low and inside again, and the count will run full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You like to see working counts against a guy that's had very good numbers on the year like Beeler.
Blue Crabs are running the pitch count a little bit up there. Next pitch will be number 21 on the day for Dallas Beeler. So they got him up over 10 an inning. That's what you're looking for. As the 3-2, a breaking ball. Check swing from Sonko. He's able to hold back, and he will head down to first on a walk. So somebody that hasn't given up many runs or even many hits to this point in Beeler has given up 2 hits and a walk already in this game. For Beeler, that's just the 14th walk he's allowed in now 68 innings. Corey Vaughn, the dangerous center fielder, will dig in now. Vaughn, one of the lone bright spots in yesterday's matchup. 3 for 5 with a home run and 2 RBIs. As he sends one out towards shallow center, charging on is Barnes. That's going to get down in front of him. Griffin was holding the tag, but now he'll take off from third, and he will score an RBI single from Corey Vaughn. And the Blue Crabs have gotten one back. Sonko advances into scoring position and second, as Vaughn is getting hot. He's 4 for 6 in this series.
Love that approach by Corey Vaughn. He hit a home run last night. Sometimes you can see guys try to do a little bit too much after you hit a long ball. Vaughn does the exact opposite, goes with what the pitch has given him, pokes something up the middle, and that's a big-time hit for the Blue Crabs.
Still just 1 out in the inning as Craig Maddox digs in now. Maddox has been hot in the last 10 games. He's 9 for 21 with his only home run and 5 RBIs, as his bat's coming around too. And a big swing here as he fouls one off in the count at 0-1. Maddox yesterday 1 for 2, but the one out that he made was an absolute laser to shortstop that ended up turning into a 6-4-3 double play. It went up and caught Rondon in the chest before he flipped it on to Jan Santi and then on to Chavez for the 6-4-3. So even the out was solid contact for Maddox. The hit was a double as he rolls one up the middle here. That'll eat up Rondon and roll away from him. Everyone is safe by the time Rondon gets to it. It's going to be an error, but Maddox does his job and loads the bases now with still 1 out in the inning, where a sacrifice fly could tie the game, and an extra base hit from Angelise Nina could open things up as Nina digs into the right-handed batter's box here.
Big-time play for the Blue Crabs. Nina, the average has dipped a little bit against Sugarland, just 167, but on the season, very good in a Blue Crabs uniform.
Since his hit on May 6th by the Blue Crabs, Angelise Nina is hitting 303. So they're going to look for him to come through here as he takes the first pitch. It's a breaking ball that doesn't quite come back far enough, and the count at 1 ball and no strikes. You've got to capitalize on mistakes, and that was a mistake by Rondon. What was a tailor-made double play, took a nasty hop on him, and everyone ended up safe. So now Nina has to find a way to capitalize as he's got a hitter's count as well. Fastball missed inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Blue Crabs have stranded 626 runners. They're going to look to cut that number down here. The 2-0, a chopper towards short. Rondon with another chance. 6-4-3, and that will retire the side here in the inning. A double play. This time Rondon takes advantage of it and finishes the inning. The Blue Crabs get 1 back, but that's all they have to show. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and they leave 2 on base. So we'll head to the top of the third, a 2-1 game when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come celebrate the bluest birthday of them all on Friday night, August 17th. It's Pinch's birthday party with appearances by all of Pinch's mascot friends. After the game, stick around for a post-game cupcake drop brought to you by Pump It Up of Waldorf. That's right, cupcakes raining out of the sky from the outfield with prizes for some lucky contestants. For more information, visit somdbluecrabs.com/promotion or call 301-638-9788.
Hey kids, this is Daryl Thompson from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Don't forget, every Sunday is Kids Day at the ballpark, brought to you by Waldorf Orthodontics. Every Sunday home game, kids can enjoy a pregame autograph session with me and other players, $3 ice cream helmets all day long, and free admission to Pinch's Playground. Post-game, you can all come on the field and run the bases. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Barrett Barnes digs in to lead things off here in the top of the third. Barnes, the leadoff hitter in the lineup. He flew out once. As the first pitch of the inning, a fastball misses outside, and the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes on the leadoff hitter in the Skeeters lineup and in this third inning. A high fly ball here from Barnes to deep left field. Teodoro Martinez backing up. Vaughn as well. They'll both run out of room as Barrett Barnes with his third home run of the series. A solo shot as that will extend the Skeeters' lead. 3-1 now here in the third.
Barnes has just continued to climb up the charts in terms of home runs on the season. He came into the series with 9 home runs. He now sits at 12th, which is good for 6th in the league.
So Barnes has caught absolute fire here in this series as another man who's hot, Anthony Jansanti, will dig in. Jansanti struck out in his first at-bat, but still that puts him at a .500 average for the series. 5 for 10 as he takes outside. Check swing here, and the count at 2 balls and no strikes.
Jansanti, much like Barnes, as you mentioned earlier, had a pair of home runs last night in the doubleheader, 1 in each ballgame.
This pitch misses low, and the count at 3 balls and no strikes now on Jansanti. Likely taking all the way as Russo into the windup, kicks and delivers. Fastball in the inside corner. Jansanti showed no interest, and the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike now. Here's the pitch. It's a changeup that misses low, and now the count will reset with the number 3 hitter, Derek Norris, coming to the plate. A free pass, the third of the game from Russo. Here's issue to Jansanti here.
And in a game where you find yourselves clinging on to try to not get swept, you try not to allow the free passes in this scenario. You hope that Russo can find himself to work out of this jam, and hopefully his offense can continue to support him.
Russo comes set. Kicks and delivers. This one misses outside, 1-0.
Norris also had quite a night last night. He also had a pair of home runs. He had a absolute missile to center field in this first time up. If it wasn't for the insane speed of Corey Vaughn, probably would have got down for a double.
A check on first, but back in was Jansanti. Jansanti is the one of two people, that you got to keep an eye on in this Sugarland lineup. 24 stolen bases for him. You've got 23 for Alvaro Ron. Russo ready, kicks and delivers. Foul ball back, and the count at 1-1.
Jansanti realistically could be one of the very few guys in this league that has a shot at a 20 home run, 20 stolen base season. He's already cracked the 20 mark in stolen bases, as you've mentioned. He's also fourth in the league with 15 home runs.
I imagine he'll get there here relatively shortly. The 1-1 upcoming as Russo kicks and delivers. It's a changeup that's swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Completely fooled Norris on that pitch. Norris was sitting fastball all the way. He was all the way bent over in front of that one.
Sugarland leads the league in home runs with that one from Barnes. That puts them at 93, 10 ahead of second place with Long Island, as this pitch misses low in the dirt, and the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. They're led by Courtney Hawkins with 18, Jansanti with 15. You've got Barrett Barnes now with 12 and 10 from Albert Cordero. Russo with a long look in, now time called before the 2-2 pitch.
And the ability to produce that power from a lineup like this team is just unmatched in the league, as you mentioned.
Russo's ready now, kicks and delivers. It's a cutter that comes way too far inside. That's going to catch Norris in the back of the leg. And the first baseman is aboard with a hit by pitch. Jansanti, who was off on the pitch, is cruising into second now. So 2 on, still nobody out, and Juan Silverio, the cleanup hitter, coming up, as that will bring manager James Frisbee out of the dugout to try to settle down Russo, who appears rattled after the home run from Barnes.
And this top 3 of the lineup was absolutely lethal in the openers, I should say, of the series. As we mentioned, they combined for 6 home runs in those 2 games, 2 7-inning games. So it's got to be a little bit tough to pitch to those guys, especially seeing that the power is translated to this evening.
Just a very quick mound visit as Frisbee will head back to the dugout. Maddox, the catcher, stayed out there a little longer before he will now retreat to the backstop. So you've got 2 on, first and second, with nobody out, and the cleanup hitter up to the plate here as Russo comes set. A look back at second, kicks and delivers. A big swing here on a first pitch from Silverio, as Russo got a fastball there, but Silverio just missed it and falls behind 0-1. Mentioned Russo pitched for the Bethesda Big Train from 2010 to 2012. 22 games there, including a couple of appearances in the League Championship Series. He was 4-1 in the regular season. He got even better in the postseason. His combined numbers with Bethesda, 6-1 with a 1.68 ERA. As a towering pop-up will get out of play here. No balls and 2 strikes. Russo won the championships with Bethesda in both 2010 and 2011. 2011, that team was ranked number 1 in the nation. They went 33-9 in the Summer League. 2012, his final year there, they finished second in the league championship. Bethesda, we mentioned, just a dominant force. They have 1 national title, 8 league championships, and 10 regular season championships. As a high fly ball off the bat of Silverio will send Martinez back once again. He's at the wall looking up, and that one is out of here. A 3-run home run off the bat of Juan Silverio, as Sugar Land continues to show why they lead the league in home runs. That will add 3 to the tally, and they now lead by a score of 6-1 here in the third.
And that ball just kind of hung up in the air. It didn't seem to be that well struck, but it just kind of held up in the atmosphere and was able to drift its way out of this stadium. Not a bad pitch by Russo, but right now the Skeeters are just seeing the ball very well.
That'll get some action going in the Blue Crabs bullpen. Another lefty, Tommy Shirley, will get up and begin warming. But the base is empty, so now Russo can reset here in the third. The first 4 runners have reached, 2 home runs have done that, and now Matt Chavez will step in, and Chavez takes the first pitch high.
You were talking about the Bethesda Big Train. Interestingly enough, them and the Baltimore Redbirds, both teams, this being their 10th season, that both of them have made it to the league championship. This year they ended up tying. There was a rain out on the scheduled last day as the ball's fouled off to the right side. The 2 teams split the championship because the league didn't want to keep them any longer than they had to.
They had that deadline, the final game rained out, and they split the championship. Russo's final game with the Big Train came in the summer of 2012. That against your former team, the DC Grays. He pitched 1 game in that 2012 season for Bethesda as he misses high here, 2-0. It was 6 innings of shutout ball. He allowed 1 hit and struck out 7 in an 11-0 win over the Grays. Two-one upcoming. This one misses low, and the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike.
That's a league that's a lot of fun. You see competitions coming from all levels, people coming from all places. You mentioned the Grays. They do a lot of great stuff in the community. The Big Train are a staple in Bethesda. It's a lot of fun.
A towering pop-up will head back towards the Skeeter's dugout. Rodriguez is giving chase. He'll camp just short of the railing and make the catch. So Chavez pops out in foul territory for out number 1 in the inning. That'll bring up Albert Cordero. He singled and scored a run in the second. He came aground on the sacrifice fly from Javier Betancourt.
And it's just been a couple of innings that have really come to hurt the Blue Crabs in these last couple of games. And realistically, you can't really put it on the pitchers too much. It's just been that the Skeeters are hitting the ball and hitting it well.
As Russo's first pitch misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. They've done that all season. A league-high 278 batting average, a league-high now 94 home runs, and they trailed the Long Island Ducks in RBIs by 2 coming into play today. I'm going to venture to say that they overtook them, and they officially did. Long Island only has 2 runs. They lead 2-1 in the bottom of the third against the York Revolution. To build on something we talked about last night, for the record, Lou Ford 0 for 2 today, so he's still stuck at 99 hits, as this one is absolutely hammered off the bat of Cordero, but he was way out in front of that as it just hit a car in the players' parking lot off to the side over there.
That was absolutely smoked. Do you see the power continue to come off these bats? I mean, you look back at that doubleheader yesterday, the Blue Crabs came together with a total of 8 hits as compared to 7 home runs for Sugar Land.
2-1, a changeup is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Or excuse me, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cordero. It's top to bottom, too. You look at Cordero here with double-digit home runs in the 6th spot. You've got Dennis Phipps on deck, who's got plenty of power, 7 home runs, as Cordero fouls 1 off. The only time you really lose the power is when you get to Alvaro Rondon in the 8th spot. He doesn't have a home run, but he's deadly on the base pass with 23 stolen bases.
They've got just one little burst of strictly speed in there, and that's a good combination to have.
2-2 is swung on and missed as Cordero goes down on strikes. That's the second strikeout of the day for Russo, as that will bring in the aforementioned Dennis Phipps. Phipps hitting .264, 7 home runs, 31 RBIs. Out of everyday players for Sugarland, the lowest batting average is Phipps and Norris, tied at .264. To put that in perspective for Southern Maryland, they only have five people hitting over .264 in their everyday lineup as a whole. As a changeup on the outside corner is a called strike.
And if I'm not mistaken...
And John Griffin is very close to that line at .265 right now. Hot shot towards short. Garcia tries to make the play, but it gets by him and into the left center field gap. Phipps is aboard with a single, his second hit of the game. What were you saying there, Andrew?
You're talking about that .264 mark. The Blue Crabs are hitting .265 as a team, which realistically is a really good team batting average. It's not a knock against them by any means. Earlier in this season, the Blue Crabs were second in the Atlantic with a .262 batting average. That was around the All-Star break. So realistically, a .265 batting average is very good.
First pitch swinging is the aforementioned Alvaro Rondon as he fouls that one off, 0-1.
I should clarify and say a .265 team batting average. Now, .265 individual average is nothing to pout at, but just a clarification.
0-1 upcoming as this one off the end of the bat is flared out towards shallow center. Garcia backing up. He tries to make the over-the-shoulder catch, but that's going to get down. And back-to-back singles have the Skeeters threatening again with 2 outs here in the inning. And that's going to be the end of the line for Russo, as Frisbee pops out of the dugout again and throws up the signal to the pen. So Russo goes 2 2/3. He'll hand it over to Tommy Shirley with 2 outs here and 2 inherited runners when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network. Tommy Shirley takes over. He's got runners on first and second, 2 outs, as he'll look to make the line final for David Russo. He got 2 2/3, but he's responsible for both runners, as well as the 6 that's on the board for Sugarland to this point. Shirley's first pitch of the evening, a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike.
Shirley in his 5th appearance as a Blue Crab. He has a 2.46 ERA in his time in Southern Maryland.
This one swung on and fouled back, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
Shirley began this season and played a couple of seasons with the Lancaster Barnstormers. This season, as a total, he comes in with a 5.59 ERA.
It's 2.46 with Southern Maryland. Pretty good, though, in 4 appearances. He's got 9 strikeouts and 7 1/3, and he's got a ground ball back to himself here. That will retire the side in the inning. So Shirley does his job and strands the 2 inherited runners. But the Skeeters send 9 to the plate in the 3rd. They put up 4 runs on 4 hits, including 2 home runs. No errors, and they leave 2 on base. And it's a 6-1 lead as we head to the top of the 3rd. And the top of the Blue Crabs order, Teodoro Martinez, when we come back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Cash Beecham, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the latest and best in Blue Crabs gear? Look no further than the newly redesigned and restocked Crab Shack Team Store, anchored by EC Sports. The Team Store features everything from old favorites like game replica hats and t-shirts to novelty items and collectibles. You can visit our Team Store anytime 9 to 5, as well as during all home games. The Team Store is also available online by visiting somdbluecrabs.com and clicking the Store tab.
Hey fans, this is Sam Runyon, right-handed pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Make sure you come out every Thursday for Foster's Grill Wings and Beer Night. For just $30, you can enjoy a ticket to the game and 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Foster's Wings and all-you-can-drink beer in the Legends Club from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Kalaika Kaho'ohalahala, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Bottom of the 3rd, Dallas Beeler now has a comfortable 6-1 lead as we send the top of the order to the plate here. Teodoro Martinez leads it off. Beeler, after a long break, will waste no time getting a fastball across for a called strike. The 0-1 upcoming. It's a cutter that's on the inside corner, and the count goes to 0-2. Dallas Beeler has some MLB time. 5 games, all starts. 0-3 with a 6.05 record, though. So struggled in his time in the bigs with the Chicago Cubs.
It's interesting, earlier in the season, we saw about a month-long stretch where Edwin Garcia and Teodoro Martinez were being shifted as if they were left-handed pull hitters, and they're being played very heavily shifted to the right side. Now you're almost seeing the opposite. Sugarland's playing him as if he's a pull hitter as a right-handed hitter.
Change-up misses inside, and the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is interesting to say.
I think Teo and Edwin have done a really good job dispersing the ball around the field. It leaves teams confused as to how to play him.
This one dribbled out in front of the plate. Beeler picks it up, fires to first. That's going to get away from the first baseman, Norris, and Martinez is aboard. It'll be ruled an infield single. So Teo gets aboard here, his first hit in the series.
And so Teo in the combined doubleheader went 0 for 7 yesterday. Last time he went 0 for 7, it was in one game of a single doubleheader, and he ended up following that up with a 4 for 4 day.
So we're going to get a check here on the pitcher, Beeler. He stumbled a little bit trying to pick up that ball and uncomfortably made the throw to first, to say the least. So that's going to get the manager, Pete Incaviglia, out, as well as the trainer, Max Mahaffey, for a conference with pretty much the entire infield. But, Andrew, we talked about Beeler's struggles with the Chicago Cubs. Do you know where he didn't struggle?
I'm going to take a wild guess, a shot in the dark, and say the Iowa Cubs.
19-11 with a 3.73 ERA at AAA, including 9-6 with a 3.40 in 2014 with the Iowa Cubs.
You know what, Brandon? I appreciate you bringing up the Iowa Cubs. It makes me feel validated, and the fact that you brought it up, I appreciate it.
Beeler taking some warm-up tosses now, as Mahaffey keeping a close eye on him.
So how are we doing trivia today? You got one for me? Or am I tossing one to you, or how are we doing?
I thought you had them set for the series.
I can do one, yeah. I've got one. I mean,
now's a good time while we have this little pause.
I gotta choose between a couple. So
give me two.
Okay.
One here in the third,
I'll
and
give
then
you
one
one.
in the sixth.
I'll give you one. Can you tell me what player, when he played for the Missoula Osprey, tied the team record in home runs for a season? And can you tell me who he tied that for? He's a player on somewhere in this game.
Okay. It looks like Beeler is okay. Speaking of okay, so that's good to see. He'll continue on in this game. The Blue Crabs have the leadoff runner aboard on the infield hit from Teodoro, and now Edwin Garcia comes up and takes first pitch inside. And the count will go 1 ball and no strikes on the Blue Crab number 2 hitter. Just to clarify, Missoula is the Diamondbacks?
Yes.
They're associated with the okay.
Correct. But that helps you because you probably have a good idea.
As the 1-0 swung on and fouled back, and the count at 1-1. I just wanted to make sure. I was fairly confident that they were a Diamondbacks affiliate.
And you had that correct. They're the short season, or a rookie advanced team in the Diamondbacks organization. Or low A, if you will.
1-1 upcoming. As this pitch misses low. And the count at 2-1. I'm going to go with the man hitting cleanup for the Blue Crabs, John Griffin.
Correct. Can you tell me whose record he tied?
2011. Goldschmidt should have been through rookie advanced at that point. As the 2-1 upcoming. Garcia chopper to second here. Betancourt fields. He'll flip to Rondon. And an easy 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs will go on the board, and the bases will empty for Devin Rodriguez. I'm going to guess Goldschmidt.
You know, it bugs me that you get every single one of my trivias right, because one day I want to stump you. You are correct. It was Goldschmidt.
I believe Goldschmidt played for Missoula in 08,
and
09.
I don't have the exact number on that, but I can tell you that John Griffin, scouts rank hitters on a power scale of, and
if he's not an 80, I'll be shocked.
It was on a power scale from 20 to 80. He was given an 80, and this tidbit was given to us by our counterpart broadcaster, Ira, for the Skeeters. Griffin that year also hit 4 home runs in one game, and then he was 4 for 4 with 4 home runs. The first at bat of the next game, he also hit a home run. 5 straight at bats with a home run.
That's impressive,
to say the least.
I'm looking at Goldschmidt now because I wanted to know what time he did make his debut. As a changeup misses low. So he did play for Missoula in 2009, 74 games after he was drafted in the 8th round by the Diamondbacks out of Texas State. The next year, he hit 35 home runs and drove in 108 runs in high A. Then he went to Double A for 103 games in 2011 and hit 306 with 30 home runs as Rodriguez shoots one down the third baseline. That's going to be down past Silverio into the left field corner again, and Rodriguez is aboard with a double. Second double of the game for the Blue Crabs. The man who's coming up now, the aforementioned John Griffin, will step in. He's got one and a run scored. But what I was going to say, after hitting 30 home runs in 2011, Paul Goldschmidt skipped AAA completely and finished the 2011 season with the Arizona Diamondbacks and never looked back.
That's incredible. And, you know, when John Griffin was on his way up, actually, most of the comparisons that he was made to were to Paul Goldschmidt. It's an absolutely, it's an incredible player to be compared to. You know, I'm surprised that Goldschmidt even stayed at those lower levels as long as he did.
Change up here, a called strike in the first pitch to Griffin.
And you wonder if Griffin probably ran into a situation similar to Angeles Nina, where they're very, very talented, but they happen to be behind an all-star teammate who is at the higher level who happened to get there first.
Goldschmidt, tough to dethrone. He's finished second in the MVP twice. He finished third once. He's made 6 straight all-star teams, 3 gold gloves, 3 silver sluggers. He's as good as they come. As this one misses the outside corner, except for Freddie Freeman.
Well, you know, it's interesting that the casual baseball fan doesn't probably know that Paul Goldschmidt's even that good. I mean, he's in a smaller market relatively. He is on what has not been a very good team of late.
As Griffin takes very close to the outside corner, but it'll even up 2-2. You're right, but we're talking about a guy here in Goldschmidt who hit 36 home runs to lead the league in 2013, and he steals bases. 2015, he hit 33 home runs and stole 21 bases. In 2016, he hit 24 home runs, so his number dropped, but he stole 32 bases.
It's ridiculous. I mean, he's just
He's
one of those.
First baseman.
Honestly, I mean, you look at 2 positions that are key for stealing bases. You want, I mean, if at all, that'd be great to have a catcher that can steal bases, and it'd be great to have a first baseman. You don't ever see it, really. I mean, it's crazy.
He's dropped off a bit this year with the batting average. It's down to 276, but he's still got 24 home runs. As a little bit of confusion on the signs prior to the 2-2. Want to make sure they got it right. Now they kick and deliver. Griffin with a laser back up the center. That's going to get down for a hit. That should easily score Rodriguez. He's being waved the whole way, and no throw. So Griffin, with his second hit of the game, will drive in Rodriguez, and that'll bring things to 6-2. That is how you get back in a game after giving up 4 in the top half. For a pitcher, your main goal is to go out there after your offense gives you a comfortable lead and to have a shutdown inning. That's what every pitcher wants to do. So when an offense like the Blue Crabs can bounce back with a run of their own, even if it's just one, it shows that they're not going to just go away. Now Frank Martinez digs in. He could easily make it more. Instead, a chopper up the middle. It's bobbled by Betancourt as he's unable to make the play. That's no doubt going to be an error on the second baseman. And new life here for the Blue Crabs. That should have ended the inning and limited the damage to just 1. But now you've got Angelo Sonko digging in with a chance to add more.
Now, the Skeeters offense has 6 hits, as does the Blue Crabs offense. Obviously 6-1 the score. The Skeeters have taken advantage of some walks. The Blue Crabs have now been handed 2 errors that have gotten runners on bases, one in this inning, one in the inning prior. So you'd really love to capitalize on the other team's mistakes.
Let's see what they can do. Angelo Sonko, the man to try to get it done as he takes outside 1-0. Sonko worked a walk in his first at-bat. That would load the bases and bring up the tying run in Corey Vaughn. Either way is a good option for the Blue Crabs. Sonko's just got to find a way to reach base and extend this inning. A grounder up the middle here. Betancourt with a long run It's instead fielded by the shortstop Rondon. He throws it away as it'll pull the first baseman off the bag. That'll be the second error on Rondon of the game. A throwing error, as that will load the bases. If you're Southern Maryland, you've got to find a way to capitalize on this right now. You've been handed 2 free passes to extend the inning by some miscommunication and mishandling in the middle of the Sugarland infield, and now you've got your most dangerous power hitter at the plate here, or one of. I'm gonna retract my statement and say John Griffin has more would have as many home runs if he had played in as many games. But statistically, one of the best power hitters in the league in Corey Vaughn, as he takes high and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. And Vaughn is hot right now, 4 for his last 6 in this series, including a solo home run yesterday.
That home run gave him 13 on the year, which is good for 5th best in all of the Atlantic League.
Vaughn with the bases loaded this year, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, as the manager will come out for a conference with Beeler. Beeler has to be frustrated at this point. There's action now in the Sugarland bullpen. He doesn't have to take Beeler out, because the last time he came out it was to check on him for injury. I think he's coming out to make sure Beeler isn't feeling any of those issues from the Teodoro Martinez play. I think Beeler is probably just more frustrated than anything at this point.
No, I think you're right. I think you're exactly right. But if you're the Blue Crabs, you have to capitalize on not only that, but you look back at last inning, you get a walk and an error to load the bases, you strand all 3. In this inning, you've been granted back-to-back errors to load the bases, and you got to come through in a must-win game if you're the Blue Crabs.
1-0 the count as Beeler kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball. Vaughn was out in front of that one. He was sitting dead red. Took a big cut to tie the game, but will roll it foul, 1-1. You can't blame Vaughn for taking that swing and for sitting on a fastball after the mound visit. That was a good job by Beeler to mix in some off speed. Called strike on the inside corner, as that'll put Vaughn behind 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And now if you're Vaughn, you're probably obviously you're still sitting fastball. That's what you're taught to do as a hitter, but you got to have the off speed in the back of your mind. If you're Beeler, you don't want to give Vaughn anything straight.
1-2 upcoming. I'm expecting the breaking ball. He goes with it, and Vaughn is down on strikes, as that will retire the side here. The Blue Crabs do get 1, but once again, they strand the bases loaded, no runs on 3 hits, or 1 run, on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 3 left on base. It's 6-2 as we head to the 4th. Top of the order when we come back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, is your family or work holiday party looking for a venue this coming fall or winter? Look no further than the newly renovated Legends Club at Regency Furniture Stadium, brought to you by the Blue Crabs. Numerous food and drink options and great flexible features mean the Legends Club will make your event the hit of the season. Call a sales executive today at 301-638-9788 for more information, or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store? That's smart. Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store and saving some money while you're doing it? That's wise. At Wise Markets, you'll find all your favorite brands, prices you'll appreciate. That means more meat for less money, more dinner for less dinero, and more milk for less moolah. Stop by a Wise Market today.
Eat better, spend less. That's wise.
This is Drake Britton, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium. We head into the top of the fourth inning. Tommy Shirley back out on the bump after he came in the bottom of the third and stranded a pair of David Russo runners. The big lefty back out on the bump to face off against the top of the Skeeter order. Barrett Barnes, the first man he faces, and he comes in with strike one. Barnes, a big reason why that Skeeter run happened in the top of the third inning. They plated 4 runs, and that all began with Barnes when he sent a solo shot over the left field fence for his third home run in the third game of this series. Swings through a pitch, 0-2 the count from Shirley. Shirley's been very impressive since being acquired by Southern Maryland from the Lancaster Barnstormers. Barnes fouls one off his own leg, and we sit right at 0-2. Barnes' series has been impressive, to say the least. This season, make that this series, he is 4 for 7. He scored 6 runs. He has 5 RBIs and 3 home runs. Shirley, glove over the head, coming home out of the windup. This one chopped up the middle. Angelis Nin on a couple of bounces. Fields it and swings it across the infield, and retired on a couple of pitches is Barrett Barnes. One quick out brings up Anthony Jansanti, and Tommy Shirley would love to quell this momentum that the Skeeters have really been having all series long. You look back at these past 2 offensive innings for the Blue Crabs, and they're ones they'd really like to have back. They've plated 2 runs. That comes on a combined 5 hits. The Skeeters have had 3 errors, and the Blue Crabs have ended up stranding the bases loaded in both innings as the ball's hit pretty well to center field, but Corey Vaughn has no problems coming right under it and putting it away for out number 2. Jansanti and Barnes fall in order, and that brings up Derek Norris. Norris 0 for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch back in the third inning. This 1-2-3 of the lineup has been lethal, to say the least. Through this series, they come in with a combined 7 home runs in the third game of this series. 2 of them coming off the bat of Derek Norris, 1 in each of the games in the doubleheader last night. He'll take downstairs, 1-0 the count. Shirley with a long look home to his catcher Maddox. He's got his sign. Now he comes home with the 1-0. Norris taking again, and the count goes to 2-0 in favor of the former Tampa Bay Rays favor. Norris was actually a member of the Tampa Bay Rays last season. He comes straight to independent ball, his first season in independent ball. He awaits the Shirley 2-0. That pitch driven right back up the middle. A line shot right into the back of Corey Vaughn's glove. Will retire the half inning for the Skeeters. It comes on back-to-back-to-back putouts from Tommy Shirley. And that sends us into the bottom of the fourth inning. The Blue Crabs looking to crack into this deficit they find themselves into. And they'll send 8-9-1 up to do so. We'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Austin Green, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come celebrate the bluest birthday of them all on Friday night, August 17th. It's Pinch's birthday party with appearances by all of Pinch's mascot friends. After the game, stick around for a post-game cupcake drop brought to you by Pump It Up of Waldorf. That's right, cupcakes raining out of the sky from the outfield with prizes for some lucky contestants. For more information, visit somdbluecrabs.com/promotion or call 301-638-9788.
Hey kids, this is Drake Britton, pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. If you're under 12 years old, make sure to check out our Chick-fil-A Backfin Buddies program. For just $15, kids will receive free admission to every Friday home game this season, as well as a Backfin Buddies t-shirt and Pinch pencil pouch. During the games, all members wearing their t-shirt get to go on the field for the High Five Tunnel, as well as free admission to the kids' park and a free ice cream helmet. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Jose Gonzalez, and you are listening to the Blue Crab Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium. Andrew Banstra here with you for the bottom of the fourth inning. The batter to come up for the Blue Crabs first in the inning is Craig Maddox. The catcher Reese via the error his first time up, that back in the second inning. Maddox has had a very good last 5 games. Despite the .237 batting average on the year, he's hitting .364 over his last 5. Also .333 over his last 10, so that average has continued to climb. He hasn't played a whole lot of games as he was a late acquisition, as he'll hit this ball a mile high even farther, but it gets well foul. Well struck, but it goes down as strike number 1 from Dallas Beeler. Beeler has been nothing but impressive this season for the Sugarland Skeeters. He was selected as the Atlantic League Pitcher of the Month back in June when he went 5-0 with a 1.61 ERA, and he'll put down Craig Maddox as he lines one to left in the back of the glove of Dennis Phipps for out number 1. The 9-hole hitter now set to come up, Angelis Nina, the man to do so. Playing second base for the Blue Crabs today. He's 0 for 1 in the day. He ended up coming up with the bases loaded back in the bottom of the second. He grounded into an inning-ending double play, which retired the side for the Blue Crabs. Ball 1 crosses, says the first base umpire, and that gives Nina a 1-0 count. Beeler the Rock, here's the fire. He comes in with a nice pitch, missing on the outer half, and now ahead in the count, in a hitter's count, is Angelis Nina. Nina's seen the average climb just about every game since joining the Blue Crabs, sitting at .303 on the season as the ball's laced into the gap. Somehow getting to that ball is Alvaro Rendon. He fires a strike across the infield to put away the speedy Nina for a very impressive out number 2. The last out to work with in the inning is handed off to the leadoff hitter, Teodoro Martinez. Martinez led off the last inning, which was the bottom of the third. He had a leadoff single, his first hit of the series. Martinez, a couple of check swings. Now he's ready for the Beeler delivery. He'll swing through a changeup downstairs, falling behind in the count 0-1. The Blue Crabs find themselves down by a score of 6-2 to the Freedom Division leading Sugarland Skeeters. They come in with a second half record of 19-9. Right behind them are the Lancaster Barnstormers with a 12-13 record. The York Revolution come in third with a 13-15 record, and the Blue Crabs find themselves out of the picture right now, 9-17. They are 9 back of the Skeeters. 1-1 the count to Teodoro. The Beeler delivery floated over to the right side, giving chase Derek Norris well into foul territory, and he'll make a nice over-the-shoulder grab to put away the third Blue Crab of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Dallas Beeler. After letting up a run in a pair of innings, he has a nice comeback and sets down the Blue Crabs in order. Tommy Shirley will head back to the bump when we come back in the top of the 5th inning. It's sure to be a good one, and we'll have it right here for you on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Ryan Strasburger, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, what's more American than baseball and a barbecue cookout? Quite frankly, the two go together like stars and stripes, rockets and red glare, and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. So when you come to Regency Furniture Stadium's all-you-can-eat picnic pavilion, you get both at a great price. The best part is that groups from 20 to 400 plus can enjoy the picnic pavilion, and when you include this home run of a deal with the kids park, paddle boats, and on-field fun, you have a grand slam of an opportunity. Call today at 301-638-9788 to speak with a sales executive or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
This is Rick Meehan, Mayor of Ocean City, Maryland. For everyone who's put off planning a vacation this summer, I've got good news for you. Ocean City, Maryland is a procrastinator's paradise. We've got 10 miles of free beach, an amazing 3-mile boardwalk, golf, fishing, shopping, dining, and free events 7 nights a week, including fireworks, boardwalk light shows, dance parties, and movies right on the beach. It's not too late. Book a visit today at ococean.com. That's ococean.com.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium. We head into the top of the 5th inning. And a Blue Crabs deficit, 6-2 the score in favor of the visiting Skeeters. Tommy Shirley back on the mound to try to keep that deficit right where it is and allow his offense to do some work. First, he's got to get through the meat of the Skeeters order. 4, 5, 6, 2 up. Juan Silverio, the first man to face off against Shirley. 1-0 the count. Shirley out of the windup, comes home with the pitch and settles in on the outside corner to even things up at 1-1. Shirley has started 8 games this season, all came with the Lancaster Barnstormers. So that explains the comfortability out of the windup. A check swing is called a strike by the on-plate umpire. 1-2 the count. Home plate umpire Eric Byram gives us a good chance to set the umpiring crew. Nate Caldwell at third base and Derek Moshe at first. His ball bounces off the home plate and then bounces off the shin guard of the catcher Craig Maddox. 2 big bounces find its way into the dugout of the Skeeters, and all the commotion settles the dust with a 2-2 count. Silverio awaiting the Tommy Shirley pitch. Here it comes, and a good off-speed is fouled straight back. 2-2 will remain the count. Silverio in his 11th professional season. Last year he played in the Mexican League, and as far as affiliated ball goes, he played with the Reds, in which he peaked in Double-A. One of the best moments of his career is back in Double-A when he had a 14-game hitting streak. Shirley will come home with the pitch. This pitch fouled off to the right side, and we find ourselves with a gritty at bat, finding a 2-2 count, tough to crack. Shirley awaiting a long step out from Silverio. Now ready for the pitch. This ball chopped up the middle. Nina will field on a couple of hops, and he'll give it off to Devin Rodriguez. And winning the battle is Tommy Shirley. 1 down as Shirley has retired the first 6 batters he's faced off against. Excuse me, the first 5 batters he's faced off against. The next batter to come off to face Shirley, Matt Chavez. Chavez 0 for 1 on the day, a walk and a run, as well as a pop out to the first baseman. Chavez came into this game with 118 hits on the season. That's good for second most in all of the Atlantic League. A change-up catches upstairs, 1-0 the count, 0-1 the count. And that'll bring Shirley back up to the bump. Shirley comes home with the pitch. This swung through by Chavez. The count 0-2. A long step out from Chavez as he'll try to resettle and maybe break the groove that Tommy Shirley finds himself in. Shirley out of the windup. Here comes the pitch. That misses well upstairs. The count 1-2. Chavez restraps his batting gloves. He'll now dig back in. Mentioned the 118 hits. He's one of 3 hitters in the Atlantic League with north of 100 hits. Barring Lou Ford having a hit tonight, then he would be one of 4. Still an elite club he finds himself a part of. Is a good off-speed will have Chavez fool. Second time he's been put out on the evening, and that makes 2 down for Shirley in the inning. That brings up Albert Cordero. Cordero 1 for 2 on the day, a single and a strikeout coming in the second and third innings. Cordero 2 for 7 in the series coming into this ballgame. 2 runs scored as well as an RBI. He's hitting the ball pretty well against Southern Maryland, a team best 395 when facing the Blue Crabs. A changeup, a pitch that Shirley's relied on heavily to this point in the evening, will miss upstairs, 1-0 the count. Shirley a long look in from Maddox. He's got his sign. Here comes the pitch. This one lofted but right over our heads in the press box, which means the count is evened up at 1-1. Cordero, a .284 hitter on the year, 10 home runs, accompanied by 48 RBIs. Shirley would like to get out of this inning unscathed. He's well on his way to doing so. He'll miss upstairs with the first fastball of the count, 2-1. Cordero does a couple of things for this team. He plays a little bit of first base. He also catches and designated hits. Tonight he does the catching duties, and this pitch will miss downstairs in a rare situation in which Shirley has found himself in trouble. Comes to Albert Cordero. Shirley looking to bounce back in this count. Here he comes with the hitter's pitch to Cordero. Home plate umpire's going to say it'll miss just a little bit high and outside. And the first walk of the evening has been issued by Shirley.
It's the 4th walk in total for the Blue Crabs, though. Russo had 3 in his start to the night when he went 2 2/3. So strike zone's been pretty solid all night. That one might have been there, but I'll give Byram the benefit of the doubt. He's been solid thus far.
I agree. We've seen, a pretty good umpiring crew. Can't complain too much about anything we've seen this series. That brings up Dennis Phipps. Phipps 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles. 0-1 the count to Phipps. Shirley working out of the stretch for only the second time on the evening. Looks like he may have found himself out of the inning as the ball's flared to right. Catching it with no worries is Angelis Mina, and that puts away the inning for the Skeeters. In the inning, they plate nobody. They come up with no hits, no errors, and they strand 1. That sends us into the bottom of the 5th inning. The Blue Crabs send up the meat of their order, 2, 3, 4, due up for the Blue Crabs when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is David Wayne Russo, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Join our team every Friday home game as we honor those who serve our country by remembering everyone deployed. Every Red Friday, the team will wear military-inspired jerseys brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. All active and former military members receive $5 tickets with their military ID. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
This is Brandon Compton, right-handed pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join our team every Friday home game as we honor those who serve our country by remembering everyone deployed. Every Red Friday, the team will wear red jerseys brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. All active and former military members receive $5 tickets with their ID. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Welcome back inside Waldorf, Maryland. Andrew Banstra alongside Brandon Bulanda as we settle into the bottom of the 5th inning. Edwin Garcia, the first man to face off against Alex Wimmers. Wimmers' first pitch misses a little bit high and inside, and that makes the count 0-1. Brandon, I've got another trivia question for you. Alex Wimmers attended Archbishop Moeller High School. That's in Ohio, as the pitch is swung through 0-2 the count. Now, interestingly enough, during his time there, Alex Wimmers had a 1.20 ERA. He batted .487, which was a school best in history, and he also threw the school's first perfect game as the count goes to 2-1. Now, the school best may not seem that impressive until you hear something else, but I'm going to let you figure out that something else. That is tonight's trivia question. As the ball misses high and inside, 3-1 the count. Now, 3 very notable gentlemen have attended that high school and were unable to have better batting averages than Wimmers ended up with his senior year. I'll give it to you after this pitch. That pitch drilled to center field. Taking a couple steps back is Barrett Barnes, but he finds it in the back of his glove for out number 1. Now, one of these gentlemen is one of the best hitters of our generation. I'll give you a pretty easy clue. He used to hit with a backwards hat on in batting practice. Okay, that's number 1. And he kind of started that trend. The second gentleman on that list, a Hall of Fame shortstop, he has a son that plays in the NBA. The third man on that list was a coach who was involved in the Yankees-Red Sox 2004 brawl. Now, I know that's kind of a mouthful, but as Devin Rodriguez steps up 1-1 the count, would you like me to repeat it, or you think you might want a half inning to think about it?
I'm cool. I got it.
Let's hear it. I feel like those were pretty easy ones.
Not right now. Hold on.
Coming home with the pitch is Wimmers. That fouled straight up. Coming in, Juan Silverio. He sprints all the way nearly to where the catcher, Albert Cordero, is. Nonetheless, he puts it away for out number 2. So that brings up John Griffin. We mentioned the power of Griffin is undeniable. We mentioned in the first trivia question of this evening, Griffin was given a 80 on the power scale back in his day with the Missoula Osprey. He also tied a man named Paul Goldschmidt for a single-season home run record in that year with the Osprey.
All right, Andrew, so you happen to pick a bad guy in Wimmers. You'll get till the next half inning as Griffin flies out to end this frame, but I'll tell you why you picked a bad guy in Wimmers when we come back.
We'll have it right here for you when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, is your family or work holiday party looking for a venue this coming fall or winter? Look no further than the newly renovated Legends Club at Regency Furniture Stadium, brought to you by the Blue Crabs. Numerous food and drink options and great flexible features mean the Legends Club will make your event the hit of the season. Call a sales executive today at 301-638-9788 for more information, or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
This is Austin Green from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join us every Tuesday home game as we turn 2 with our new Double Play Tuesdays. These nights, tickets are buy one, get one free in the box office, as well as BOGO on select items at the concession stands. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium. Andrew Banstra alongside Brandon Bulanda as we take you through the top of the 6th inning. Sam Runyon, the new arm on the mound for the Blue Crabs. Runyon wears number 44 on the back of the jersey, 6'4", 220 out of Asheville, North Carolina. First batter he faces, Alvaro Rondon. The left-handed Rondon slaps a bunt to the right side. He could beat this one out, and he does. That ball was just placed perfectly, and his speed combined with the placement left the Blue Crabs infield no play to make.
Great bunt, and now Rondon's aboard for the 3rd time in the game. So he's been very solid from start to finish in this one.
The numbers for Runyon on the year. The reliever in his 46th appearance, a 1-5 record with a 4.40 ERA. He has 14 walks to 48 strikeouts. A man on, a man up, and none down for the Skeeters. Going on the pitch is Rondon. A toss down to second is far too late. And coming home with his 25th stolen base of the year is Rondon. Javier Betancourt, the man up to the plate. It's just his 26th game started of the season. He already has a sac fly in this game, which plated one of the earlier runs in the ballgame for the Skeeters. So, Brandon, you told me that you had a reason that Alex Wimmers was a bad guy for me to pick a trivia for. And why is that?
So Alex Wimmers is there's a couple of reasons as a Runyon readies for the pitch. He'll look back at second first. Hold on until after this pitch.
Runyon comes home. This ball drilled to the left side. Frank Martinez fields on a dive across the infield. The throw off the mark, but nonetheless, it doesn't really matter if you're Frank Martinez, as that'll be called a base hit by Javier Betancourt, his first of the evening. But Frank Martinez did a brilliant job of saving that from being an RBI double.
Well, what I was saying, so Wimmers not only was a Twins prospect, you know I'm from Fort Myers where the Twins, 1, do their spring training, 2, have an affiliate that I worked with as an intern back in 2015. Wimmers also went to The Ohio State University. So he's not just a Twins prospect that I kept an eye on. It's a Twins prospect that went to the school that I root for. As the runner's off on the pitch, no prayer for Maddox, so he'll eat it.
And that's 2 more stolen bases for the game for the Skeeters, unless it's called defensive indifference.
It'll be a stolen base because of the jump they got, no doubt. But so I kept an eye on Wimmers because of that. And fun fact, he also, Chris Mazza, the Blue Crabs reliever, when he was rehabbing in Fort Myers in 2015, actually stayed at Wimmers' house.
Oh, is that right?
In Fort Myers. Yep, down the street from the Twins complex. But so Wimmers is somebody that I know a little bit about. But you got Ken Griffey, you got Barry Larkin, and you got Buddy Bell to answer your question.
Incorrect.
No.
Latter answer is
Or one of the Bells, I think.
no Bell.
The
The answer is
The Bell family definitely went to that school, so it must not be them.
it was Don Zimmer. That was the last answer.
Okay.
Don Zimmer, he was the one that got in the scuffle with Pedro Martinez.
Of course I remember that. I just know that Buddy Bell, former manager, went to that school as well. Yeah.
That totally makes sense. As this ball ripped down the right field line by Barrett Barnes, it'll get well foul, and the count stays at 1-2.
I'm assuming then that Griffey and Larkin were fine.
Yeah, Griffey and Larkin were correct, and I'm actually very impressed that you got both of those.
Well, you gave me easy hints, but
Yeah, I think they were pretty easy hits, but I think
I'm a Hurricane fan, and you said he had a son in the NBA. I watched Shane Larkin at Miami.
Yeah, I think
so I'm a Buckeye. My mom's a Buckeye, and my dad's a Hurricane, so I watch both of those teams. And you asked me a question about a guy from Ohio State and a kid from Miami, basically.
Rondon goes on the pitch. Maddox unable to handle the throw at home. Rondon misses home plate, but scurries back to get his fingers on it before the tag can be slapped on. And a very shallow RBI sac fly is only made possible by the incredible speed of Rendon.
That was a strong throw by Sonko, an absolute strike. It was just a little bit mishandled. Rondon has fantastic speed. Maddox knew that and tried to slap a tag down real quick and was unsuccessful corralling that one.
That also set up by the speed on the base paths of Rendon as you see the infield creep their way onto the infield grass. Wanted to cut off this run. First pitch comes in to Anthony Jansanti. It misses downstairs 0-1, but you're exactly right. Larkin played as a Hurricane, so the combination of the two bodes well for you.
Yep.
Runyon comes home with the 0-1. This one misses inside, and the count evens at 1-1. 1 run scored in the inning, a 1-1 count, and 1 down. Also 1 on, gives you a whole bunch of ones to look at. Nothing but zeros is all Sam Runyon has on his mind as he will hope to blank the Skeeters in the rest of the inning. 2-1 the count.
Speaking of Ohio State and Miami, that leads me to football schools. NFL preseason is underway tonight. You got 14 games going on.
Extremely exciting stuff. I am really looking forward to that.
I'll tell you that I will not watch a second of it because I think the preseason's overrated. I think that mindset comes from the time that the Lions went undefeated in the preseason and then went completely defeated in the regular season. But it is exciting that football is around the turn as well with baseball season winding down, but still some exciting playoff races in the MLB and the Atlantic League too.
Well, I guess I should say that what I meant to say is I'm more excited for the fact that football's around the corner. I don't think I've ever watched I think I've watched one preseason game in my whole entire life. So I can't say that I'm extremely excited to watch preseason football, but what I can tell you is that football being around the corner gets me excited, but nothing gets me more excited than the playoff races we see in the MLB and the Atlantic League. It's just so much, it makes it even better when more than one sport is in the picture. Full count pitch comes in, and it's drilled right back up the middle. Anthony Jansanti picks up his first RBI of the ballgame, and the third hit of the Skeeters half of the sixth plates another run.
I can tell you that I've watched a couple of preseason games on TV, but I did go to one. I went to the Hall of Fame game way back. I can't even remember what year it was. It was the Bears, I believe, and the Dolphins. The year Marino got inducted to Canton. I went to the Hall of Fame to watch Marino and Steve Young get inducted into the Hall, and we had tickets to the game as well.
As a passed ball will get a runner into scoring position with 1 down. Derek Norris, the first man up. Norris has had a very solid series. He is 0 for 2 on the day, but that probably won't get him in any type of bad mood as he was 5 for 7 with 2 home runs, 3 runs scored, and 5 RBIs in yesterday's doubleheader. Runyon works his way even further ahead in the count, 0-2 to Norris. Despite the 0 for 2 day, Norris has really played a good game. He's had 2 screaming frozen ropes to center field, one of which was caught on the track. The other almost got in front of Corey Vaughn, but it was hit a little too hard. 1-2 the count to Norris. The former Tampa Bay Rays catcher will dig back in. He's sitting on 985 career hits, so he's right around the corner from that 1,000 mark as the count evens at 2-2. Angelo Sanko, a man that reached that 1,000 career hit mark just a couple of weeks ago. This ball drilled into deep right center field. Angelo Sanko, the aforementioned 1,000 hitter, will put it away deep into right field. The runner won't go anywhere, even though Anthony Jansanti's got some jets. He'll stay put at second base, and that puts 2 down in the inning after the Derek Norris pop-out. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Juan Silverio. Silverio on the day. He has had 2 groundouts, but that can all be forgotten due to his 3-run shot that really put a damper on this game for the Blue Crabs. At the time, it was a 2-1 ball game, and then the 3-run shot made it 5-1, and you've seen the lead stretch a little bit since then. Runyon looking to work his way out of this inning and let the Blue Crabs go back to bat in the bottom of the 6th. Runyon comes set, glove above the head, trying to keep that runner in scoring position where he's at. Pitch crosses, 0-2 the count to the power-hitting Silverio. That home run earlier in the game, Silverio's 5th of the season, but that comes in just this being his 19th start. So 5-19 is not so bad. Averages out to just a little bit more than 1 every 4 games, which you'll definitely take. This ball fouled off to the right side. We stay right where we were at 0-2. Silverio a couple of taps on the plate. Now Runyon ready for the 0-2. As per usual, glove over the head, the high leg kick, and that comes in with a high and inside fastball that gives us a 1-2 count. Silverio will resettle outside of the batter's box. The gloves have been restrapped, and now we're set for the 1-2 showdown. Runyon on Silverio. Runyon's 1-2 slapped over to the left side. It gets into the outfield. Coming in on it is Teodoro Martinez. It's going to take a strike home. Here it comes a couple of steps late. Anthony Jansanti able to come across the plate, representing the 9th Skeeter run of this game, the 3rd of the inning. 4 RBIs on the day now for Juan Silverio. He's had a pretty solid game despite just going 2 for 4. I mean, 2 for 4 is nothing to look down upon him. Just considering when you have 4 RBIs, you can assume that he has more than just 2 hits, but not the case, and that brings up Matt Chavez. Chavez has walked, struck out, and flown out. He swings through the first Runyon pitch, 0-1 the count. Chavez 3 for 8 in yesterday's doubleheader, that accompanied by a run and scored and a pair of RBIs. Those RBIs knocked the notch up to 54 on the season. The 4th best average hitter in the Atlantic League, Matt Chavez, 0-2 the count. Runyon's been able to work ahead of just about every hitter he's seen. That hasn't been the problem. He's been fought against. He's been able to been worked even or even better from an offensive perspective from the Skeeters, and they've been able to get the pitches they've liked. Runyon's 0-2, slap back to the screen, and we stay right where we were. Chavez held the 8th longest hitting streak on the season in the Atlantic League, July 22nd. And that snapped what was a 14-game hitting streak. Runyon set for the 0-2. A slider misses on the outside corner, or should I say a slurve. 1-2 the count. Runyon looking to keep the Skeeters right where they are. You see a pretty straight-up defensive alignment from his teammates behind him. Maddox giving the signs to Runyon. He's got it. Here he comes with the 0-2. This pitch slapped into right field over the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Nina. And stringing a couple of base hits together are the Skeeters. 2 in a row. 3 out of the last 4 have reached via the base hit. And that puts 2 on with 2 down. So far in the inning for the Skeeters, they've had a combined 5 hits with 8 men coming up to the plate. 7 coming up to the plate. And one of those was a sac fly as well. So officially 5 for 6 in the inning are the Skeeters. And the next man to come up, Albert Cordero. Cordero 1 for 2, a strikeout, a walk, and a single so far on the day as he swings through the first pitch. Runyon continues to work ahead of Skeeters. See if it pans out for him this time. Cordero very good this season against Southern Maryland, a .395 average. Make that 12 games played as this ball hit well foul. 0-2 the count to the catcher, Cordero. Runyon walks his way back onto the hill. There is some action in the Blue Crabs bullpen. Get you a name on that face as soon as we can. Runyon's 0-2, here it comes. This ball hit foul once again to the left side. And once again, an 0-2 count has been extended by a Skeeter. Runyon's strike to ball differential has not been any issue in this inning whatsoever. He's thrown 23 strikes and just 9 walks. The issue, as a matter of fact, has been the ability to extend at bats as Cordero does just that. This ball hit up the middle. Here comes one run. The second will be halted at third. But crossing with ease is Juan Silverio as this Skeeter sixth inning continues. Second RBI of the series for Cordero, his fourth hit in 10 at bats. Manager James Frisbee takes the walk out to the bump. He'll take the ball from Sam Runyon, and that'll spell the end of Runyon's day. A new pitcher on his way to the hill. We'll have everything you'd ever need to know about him when we return on your Blue Crabs Broadcast Network. Welcome back inside Southern Maryland. Jason Creasy, the new pitcher on the bump for the Blue Crabs, and the rocket baller comes home with his first pitch. 0-1 the count to Dennis Phipps. Creasy's second appearance in as many nights, the 6'4", 235-pound right-hander out of Clayton, North Carolina, has a pretty good line score on him on the season. In his time as a Blue Crab, after being acquired from Long Island, things really changed for him. He has 38 appearances in a Blue Crabs uniform, a 2.23 ERA, and a 1-1 record. 0-2 the count to Phipps. And looking to put away Phipps is Creasy. Creasy with a long look in. Phipps wags the bat above his head. Here comes Creasy with the pitch. This ball fouled off to the right side, and the count 0-2. Creasy had 3 appearances as a Duck this season. He allowed 6 runs, make that 5 runs in a Ducks uniform. That was in 3 appearances, and in 38, he's only allowed 8. So the numbers very, very impressive since joining this Southern Maryland squad. Greasy comes set, glove at the face. Now he comes home with the pitch. A curveball will be belted into left field, and that'll score another Skeeter, making the score 11-2 in favor of visiting Sugar Land. Another 0-2 base hit comes from the Skeeters. It's just not something you see very often. When you look at teams that, when a pitching strategy, typically a pitcher's going to try to work ahead of hitters, and that puts them in the alpha male situation in an at-bat. Not the case this evening, though. Especially in this inning, 0-2 has been the norm for Blue Crabs pitchers. They've been unable to capitalize on the advantage, though. So for the second time in the inning, Alvaro Rendon will come up to the plate. He led off this inning with a single, followed it up with a pair of stolen bases, and later scored on a sac fly from Barrett Barnes. Runners at first and second, the count 0-1 to Rondon. Greasy comes home with a high and inside fastball and another 0-2 count. That's 6 in a row, but despite the 6 in a row, the Skeeters have gone 4 for 5 with a sac fly in the same time span. Greasy set, glove at the chest. Here comes the pitch once he's ready. It appears he is, and a ball will be lifted into left field. That could score another run. It'll be sent home by Coach Juice. A strike from Teo. Craig Maddox fields and throws to third, and a pickle now dealt to the Skeeters. The runner will be tagged out. That runner, Albert Cordero. But an RBI single will come off the bat of Alvaro Rendon, and another run for the Skeeters will score. Score now 12-2 in favor of Sugar Land. And the Blue Crabs will try to work their way back into this ballgame. They've still got a lot of baseball left to play. 4 more innings of hitting due up, but they've got to do it quick, and they'll do it with one of the best bats in their lineup, Frank Martinez, Angelo Sacco, and Corey Vaughn, due up when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is James Frisbee, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, on Friday night, September 14th, the Blue Crabs will honor all of those brave men and women who risk their lives for ours every day as we host First Responders Night. First responders will receive special ticket discounts, and active and retired military can too, as it is the final Remember Everyone Deployed Friday night, brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. That night, the Blue Crabs will auction off their red jerseys for a worthwhile military charity. It's also College of Southern Maryland's 60th birthday bash, brought to you by College of Southern Maryland Alumni and Friends Connection. So whatever your reason, come finish the regular season with the Blue Crabs. Get your tickets today at somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Washington sports fans, rock your red, wear your curly W's, and break out your burgundy and gold for Washington Sports Night on Friday night, August 10th. That night, there will be a special Washington Sports t-shirt giveaway for the first fans in attendance, so arrive early, and don't miss a special appearance by the racing presidents from Nationals Park. To get your tickets today, stop by the E-Trepid box office, visit somdbluecrabs.com, or call 301-638-9788.
Switch-hitting third baseman Frank Martinez, first due up for the Blue Crabs in their half of the 6th inning. Settling onto the mound is Alex Wimmers for his 3rd inning of work. First pitch he sees to Martinez will catch the inside corner. Make that miss, says the home plate umpire Derek Mosho. 1-0 the count. Wimmers out of the windup, comes home with the pitch and bounces off of Cordero's glove. Ball 2. A hefty scoring 6th inning, played at 5 Skeeters. That makes the score 12-2. They're doubling the Blue Crabs in the hit column, but that ball sent deep to right field. Bye-bye baseball into the outfield and back and gone. An atmosphere blaster off the bat of the switch-hitting Frank Martinez sends the first home run over the fence of the night for the Blue Crabs. The Blue Crabs needed some momentum. Martinez gave them just that. He's been the man to do so throughout this whole series. In last night's doubleheader, the Blue Crabs combined for 6, make that 8 hits total. 6 of them came off the bat of either Frank Martinez or Corey Vaughn. Martinez also scored a run in last night's affairs. Angelo Sacco, the next man to try to continue what could be a rally for the Blue Crabs. Sacco 0 for 1 on the day. He has reached twice and scored once. He reached on a walk and an error. This is first at bat since batting in both the second and third innings. Sacco hitting well against Sugar Land this year, a combined .305 in 12 games. Wimmers comes home with a fireball. This one fouled straight back. Sacco finds an 0-2 count. Sacco, number 26 on the jersey, a .241 batting average on the year, a pair of RBIs, coupled with 22 home runs. This ball pounded into the grass. It finds its way into foul territory, and the count remains at 0-2. And a correction on the scoreboard. I'm hearing from our official scorekeeper, Kevin Collins, give you the details after this pitch as Sacco swings through it, and that the first Blue Crabs out of the inning. So Sacco's error that he reached on earlier was overturned. It ended up being called a single. So now officially 1 for 2 on the day. Strikeout just this past at bat, a single in the third and a walk in the second. Corey Vaughn will now approach the plate, having a very solid series to his name to this point. Vaughn 1 for 2 with an RBI on the day. Strike 1 crosses. In yesterday's doubleheader, Vaughn was a very bright spot in an otherwise dismal Blue Crabs lineup. Vaughn went 3 for 5 in the 2 games, 2 RBIs, as well as a home run. He'll swing through a curveball, 0-2 the count to the power-hitting center fielder. That home run, the 13th of the season for Vaughn. That makes him 5th in the league in that category. Another power bat awaiting on deck. They're stacked in this portion of the lineup. Craig Maddox, the man I'm talking about, Angelis Nina in the hole. Vaughn takes outside, 1-2 the count. Vaughn, the son of former perennial All-Star Greg Vaughn, and Vaughn will swing through a curveball. Back-to-back Blue Crabs go down on that Wimmers curveball, and after the leadoff home run, Wimmers has done a good job rebounding with back-to-back fans. Craig Maddox, the last hope for the inning of the Blue Crabs. Maddox on the date. He comes in 0 for 2. He did reach once on an error. A long look in from Wimmers. Here comes the first pitch. Maddox will swing through an off-speed, and Wimmers, after giving a fastball to Frank Martinez, has recognized that might not be the best approach to this heavy batted bottom of the lineup for the Blue Crabs. He's adjusted accordingly, and this ball will be slapped into deep center field, giving Chase Barrett Barnes. He'll catch it at the track right in front of the center field fence to end the Blue Crabs half of the 6th inning. We're through 2/3 of a ball game, a score 12-3 in favor of the Sugar Land Skeeters. One of those runs coming in this inning, a home run from Frank Martinez, was the bright spot of an otherwise rough inning for the Blue Crabs. We head into the top of the 7th inning, and we'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, every season we can't do it without you. So on Sunday, September 16th, for the regular season finale, it's Fan Appreciation Day. This night will feature a special t-shirt giveaway. as well as a pregame team autograph session and postgame Kids Run the Bases. Stop by the Regency Furniture Stadium box office, call 301-638-9788, or visit somdbluecrabs.com today to get your tickets.
Hey kids, are you ready to be a superhero? Join us September 1st for Superhero Night, presented by Pump It Up of Waldorf. This night you will receive your very own superhero cape to help Pinch and the Blue Crabs defeat the Road Warriors. The night will also feature a post-game fireworks spectacular. Get your tickets today at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Back inside Regency Furniture Stadium, Blue Crabs trail 12-3 here in the top of the 7th. Another new pitcher on for Southern Maryland, as it'll be their 5th pitcher of the day. Chris Mazza will take things over, as Mazza kicks and delivers. His first pitch is a fastball that misses outside to Javier Betancourt. 1 ball and no strikes, the count to Betancourt. Another explosion for the Sugarland offense. 6 runs last inning. Put them well ahead in the game as Betancourt swings through this fastball from Mazza. Mazza kicks and delivers. This one misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Mazza outstanding thus far in the season after being picked up late by the Blue Crabs. He's done nothing but impressed. A .61 ERA through 14 2/3 innings. A 2-0 record here in his 8th appearance.
Chopper up the middle. Garcia leaps, grabs, and fires in time, and that is out number 1 here in the 7th inning. That'll turn the lineup back over to the top. Barrett Barnes will come up. He's got a home run to his name already, as well as a sacrifice fly. This one sent out towards right center. It should be playable for Songko as he'll camp underneath it. He does make the catch. So 2 up, 2 down for Mazza as he comes in strong.
Mazza's been just phenomenal as a Blue Crab. I mean, you continue to look at those numbers. He has 1 walk to 14 strikeouts and 1 run through 14 2/3 innings. You can't ask for much more than that.
Anthony Jansanti digs in now. He's got a pair of runs scored on the night. 1 hit to his credit as Mazza quickly delivers a fastball for a called strike on the inside corner. Mazza hoping for the 1-2-3 frame as he overthrows a fastball a little bit here. That one goes outside, well outside, to the backstop. Right-hander works out of the windup, kicks and delivers. Called strike there on the outside corner. It was a little bit of a pause there, but got the call nonetheless. Crabs have had 2 1-2-3 innings on the day thus far. The very first inning and the fourth inning, as Mazza misses low. But the Sugarland offense has put up 14 hits, 12 runs, and drawn 4 walks as well as a hit by pitch. So those 1-2-3 innings have been few and far between, as this one misses outside.
You look back at that last inning from Runyon, it had the spellings in the in-between of getting out of that inning without too much damage. He had 6 back-to-back, as many as that is, 0-2 counts. Was unable to work out of them.
Strike 3 here to Jan Santi, as that will retire the side. Mazza with a very strong inning, a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It's time to stretch here in Southern Maryland when we return the 9-1-2 on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Dr. Milu and the courteous and professional staff at Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center in Waldorf want you to know that for cases of cancer and blood disorders such as anemia, leukemia, and lymphoma, you don't have to travel all the way to D.C. or Baltimore to get high-quality, compassionate care close to home. Established in 1995, Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center offers expertise, experience, and the highest standards needed for successful treatment of cancer and blood disorders. Dr. Milu is excited to be a part of the Blue Crabs family as the new sponsor of the Silver Sluggers program and games for the 2017 season. For more information or to schedule a consultation, call 301-638-1007 or visit cancerandblooddisorderscenter.com.
This is Devin Rodriguez from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join us every Tuesday home game as we turn to with our new Double Play Tuesdays. These nights, tickets are buy one, get one free in the box office, as well as buy one, get one on select items at the concession stands. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Ryan Strasburger, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Vincente Campos comes on here in the bottom of the 7th. Angelis Nina will bat first as he swings and pushes one down the right field line. Giving chase is the right fielder and the second baseman, but Jan Santi and Betancourt will run out of room, as that will go down as strike number 1. Nina 0 for 2, a pair of groundouts, one of them a double play. This one misses, and the count evens up. 1 ball and 1 strike on Nina.
Campos in his 8th appearance of the year. Make that, yes, his 8th of the year. He's been very solid as the ball's fouled off. He has a 0-1 record with a 2.46 ERA.
The 1-2 misses low, and the count now evens up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sugarland with a lead in the division. They were 9 games up on the Blue Crabs coming into play today. If they hold on to this one, that'll push the lead out to 10 as Nina shoots one up the middle here. And that'll get through for his first base hit of the game. It'll be a 10-game lead over the Blue Crabs. It is a little tighter with some of the other teams in the division. You've got the Lancaster Barnstormers, who are en route to a win. They're up 9-3, and the York Revolution looking for a win in Long Island. They're up 5-3. 5.5-game lead for Sugarland over the Barnstormers. 6 games over the Revolution. They already have the first half title under their belt. So that would go to overall record as a wild card, and that could come from either side of the league. Currently, Lancaster would hold that. If Sugarland does win the second half, the Barnstormers would be given a playoff berth if the season ended today. First pitch swinging was Teodoro Martinez, a fly ball to shallow right. Coming on is Jansanti, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring in Edwin Garcia. Garcia has a single to his name, 1 for 3 on the day. Called strike on the first pitch to the Blue Crab shortstop as the count goes to 0-1 on their All-Star. Back-to-back All-Stars in the lineup with Garcia and Rodriguez, and then you have a gap with John Griffin hitting cleanup, and then another All-Star in Frank Martinez. Pop up and foul ground here. The first baseman giving chase. Will he have enough room? He leans over the rail, and yes, he does. Derek Norris makes a great play into his own dugout, and that is 2 down here in the inning.
Especially impressive for Norris considering that he's a catcher, and he does have some time over his career at first base, but when you spend most of your time at catcher, it's hard to make that play. Although I guess when you look at it, we've talked about it a couple times this year, catchers have to make some of the toughest plays on pop-ups of anybody.
That'll bring in Devin Rodriguez. A lefty digs into the box here, looking to extend this frame as he's swinging on the first pitch and fouls it off. Rodriguez has a double in a 1 for 3 night.
Came into this ballgame hitting .400 with a home run and 6 RBIs over his last 10 games.
Another foul ball here will go to 0-2 as Rodriguez down to his last strike here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A line drive here to second, leaping effort from Betancourt, and he'll snag it out of the air. That'll rob extra base hits. And in the frame here in the 7th, a leadoff single, but nothing doing for the Blue Crabs. 1 run, or no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll head to the top of the 8th, 3-4-5 when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Shane Watson, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, Vicelli Pizza, known to have the best pizza in town, is offering you 20% off your order. That's right, 20% off. Just use code 779 to take advantage of this limited time offer. Vicelli offers pizzas, pastas, subs, wings, salads, and more. You can place your order for pickup or delivery online at VicelliPizza, VOCELLI.com, or call 301-705-5858, as well as visiting Vicelli Pizza at their Waldorf location, 11850 Park Waldorf Lane. Vicelli Pizza, delivering classic Italian quality.
Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store? That's smart. Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store and saving some money while you're doing it? That's wise. At Wise Markets, you'll find all your favorite brands, prices you'll appreciate. That means more meat for less money, more dinner for less dinero, and more milk for less moolah. Stop by a Wise Market today.
Eat better, spend less. That's wise.
listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
3-4-5 due up here for the Skeeters as Ryan Chafee will take over on the mound for Southern Maryland. After a 1-2-3 inning from Chris Mazza, Chafee will look to replicate that. Right-hander kicks and delivers. Called strike here, and the count at 0-1 to Derek Norris. We saw Chafee last night. Gave up a pair of runs in the 7th inning, top of the 7th, in the second game of the doubleheader. Those 2 runs came on an Anthony Jansanti homer. Chafee will not have to see Jansanti as he made the last out on a strikeout in the top of the 7th here tonight. Breaking ball is swung on and missed in the count at 0 balls and 2 strikes here.
And Norris has had, as you said, an 0 for 3 day, but all 3 of those hits have been rocketed to the outfield. Nonetheless, after a very stellar day for Norris yesterday, you'd like to stop his power from continuing into the next.
Chafee delivers a fastball but tugs it a little bit too far as that'll go outside. And the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chafee has struggled with the command at times this year. It led to the home run yesterday. He did walk the batter prior to Jansanti, Barrett Barnes. That led to the home run. Count will even up at 2-2 as the crowd giving it to the home by Eric Byram here a little bit. I think they're asking for maybe an extended strike zone with the 9-run Sugarland lead.
I think we said it earlier. I think this umpiring crew has done a pretty solid job throughout this series.
I didn't have an issue with that call personally.
I didn't either.
This one's chopped foul down the third baseline. That'll get out of play.
I did not either. This the 6th pitcher the Blue Crabs have tossed on the mound today, and you might expect another one in the 9th inning.
Chafee ready for the 2-2. A breaking ball is swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Norris. So Chafee gets a strikeout after Mazza got one to finish the inning. So back-to-back strikeouts for the Blue Crabs pitching staff. That's just 2 of their 5 in the game to this point.
We mentioned that's part of the code you have to crack when you play the Skeeters. They hit a lot of home runs, but interestingly enough, don't strike out that much.
It's a lethal combination. They've shown why in this series. Juan Silverio digs in now. He's got a 3-run home run as well as a single and a run scored in the 6th inning, and he takes a called strike. 0-1 the count.
Still hearing some chirps from the crowd. I don't know if that's in favor of the last call or in protest, but nonetheless, the count evens at 1.
Chafee sets now at the shoulders, kicks and delivers. There's a fastball on the inside part of the plate, and a called strike will go to 1-2. Silverio with a long look off into the night sky. I think that if he could have that back, he'd take a cut at that one.
He's already displayed the power earlier in this game when he had a 3-run shot in the 3rd.
That was part of a 2-home run, 4-run inning as Chafee blows a fastball by him here. And back-to-back strikeouts start the evening for Chafee as he looks to have put his struggles from last night behind him and turned the corner here tonight.
And it'd be really good for his confidence if he can end up striking out the side. He's well on his way to doing so as Chavez already has struck it out this evening.
Here is Matt Chavez. He's 1 for 3, a walk, a single, a run scored, a pop out, and a strikeout. the count to Chavez after a called strike, as the Sugarland leading hitter will look to continue to add to that. He's hitting .331. You mentioned he's second in the league in hits, trailing Jordani Valdesmine.
So both sides, the Blue Crabs and the Skeeters, putting their best average hitter in the 5-hole.
This pitch misses well outside, and the count evens up 1-1.
Really fooled him on that pitch. I mean, you saw him just kind of yanking that bat in the inner portion of the zone. I think Chafee absolutely fooled Chavez.
0-2 the count. Excuse me, I knew it missed outside. I couldn't actually see him swing. I was blocked by something standing, as this one misses outside, 1-2. So Chafee looking for a strikeout here. That would strike out the side in order. The 1-2 is sent right back up the middle. It's off the glove of Chafee. That'll slow it down enough that Nina's able to grab it behind the bag. He'll fire on to first, and that will get Chavez. A 1-2-3 frame for Chafee, as the Blue Crabs pitching staff has retired 6 straight. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. John Griffin leads it off when we come back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hilltop Signs and Graphics is the official signage partner of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs this 2018 season and specializes in custom signage, vehicle wraps and decals, site lighting, and much more. Since 1992, Hilltop's top priority has been providing customers in the DMV area with the highest quality product. Call today at 301-373-7878 to start your project, or visit hilltopsignsmd.com for more information. Hilltop Signs and Graphics, where design, fabrication, and installation is our expertise. Blue Crabs fans, your group of 20 or more can join us all season long with any of our several group hospitality areas at Regency Furniture Stadium. Our spacious and modern amenities can entertain your group starting at just $10 per person. The open-air picnic pavilion, upscale Legends Club, or luxury suites provide the backdrop for great nights at the ballpark. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 for more info or to book your group today.
John Griffin digs in to lead things off here. As a fastball comes up and in, Griffin will lean out of the way as the pitch from Campos, who enters his second inning of work, came up. He goes with a fastball here, as that will even things up, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Blue Crabs have their closer, Cody Epley, up and throwing. Looks like Epley will try to get some work in here in the 9th. Breaking ball slips out of the hand of Campos. It comes well inside. Griffin will spin out of the way, and the count at 2 balls and 1 strike.
Not really a time that it's a close spot, but you said it. I mean, it's good for a guy that works as the closer to get work when he has them for a while.
Pitch swung on and missed, so the count evens up 2-2. We mentioned earlier, preseason football is underway. You've got the top pick squaring off as Griffin launches one towards left. That's going to hit off the top of the wall. A big turnaround first, but he'll have to throw the brakes on as Phipps played it perfectly. That was very nearly a solo home run for John Griffin. He comes up about a foot short, and will settle for his third hit of the day. Still a fantastic game for Griffin.
No doubt in my mind that Phipps thought that was a home run. He just kind of was watching it go over the fence. When he saw it hit off the fence, it kind of confused him as you saw him almost slip and fall.
So now Frank Martinez digs in as he takes first pitch low. As I was saying, top pick squaring off in Baker Mayfield and Saquon Barkley. Mayfield, an impressive preseason football debut. He goes 8 for 17, 135 and a touchdown for him. Barkley snapped off a 39-yard run on his first carry as an NFL pro. Changeup is swung on and missed. That'll even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's got to have East Rutherford going crazy.
For the local scores, you've got 23-0 in favor of the Ravens as Martinez will flare a single out towards shallow right. That's going to get down. And the Blue Crabs have started this 8th inning with back-to-back hits. As I was saying, Ravens 23, Rams nothing. You've got Lamar Jackson with 119 yards passing, 21 yards rushing, and a touchdown. Then you've got a touchdown from Joe Flacco to, I believe it's Richard. It is. So 23-0 in favor of the Ravens there. The Redskins with a 17-3 lead over the Patriots for the other local score. Colt McCoy with a pair of touchdown passes.
I think that it's kind of interesting how they're going to make that work in Baltimore. I mean, eventually you think maybe the transition from Flacco to Jackson down the road, but I don't think I could picture two quarterbacks that are more polar opposite.
Well, you mix that in with the fact that RG3 is the backup, and Jackson more favors him than he does Flacco, but the offense is set up for Flacco. I guess if Flacco has an injury, it'll be a completely different offense as the 1-0 misses high and away to Sonko, 2-0.
But with some offensive and just freak of nature athletes in Griffin and Jackson, I think they'll make it work.
Harbaugh's a great coach. He'll find a way to make things happen. As a big swing from Sonko on the 2-0 is foul tipped off the catcher and the count at 2-1.
That being said, I like that draft pick of Jackson, despite the fact that it doesn't really fit into what your offensive scheme has been since Flacco's era. You can't pass up on a talent like Jackson, especially later in the draft where they were able to get him.
Big swing here from Sonko, but the count at now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Sonko 1 for 2 on the day, a single, a walk, and a run scored.
This one misses low and outside, and Sonko has worked the count full. With nobody down in the inning and not the best of base runners on with Griffin and Martinez, I would imagine they'll be holding on the 3-2, especially with the score where it's at.
I think that's a very safe bet. Hopefully Sonko can push something in the gap and allow those Jets to start turning.
The payoff pitch upcoming, 3-2 is hammered towards deep right. Will it stay in fair territory? Jansanti's hoping so, as it's going to be just deep enough that it'll allow Griffin to tag, but Jansanti makes it back, and that is out number 1. Sonko gave it a ride, but it died up in the night sky for out number 1. Sonko disappointedly staring out towards right field. That was a hard hit ball that, frankly, he thought he got all of, and instead it dies about 10 feet short of the wall. The night air just killed that here in Southern Maryland.
It sure did, because off the bat, that was a no-doubter. I mean, you could say the same thing about John Griffins to start the inning, and both of them were able to stay in the yard.
So a quick mound visit from the pitching coach, Corey Dommel, as he'll talk to Campos with runners on the corners and 1 out. A ground ball would allow Sugarland to strand a runner in scoring position once again. They stranded the bases loaded in the second and the third. A 6-4-3 double play did it in the second. A strikeout did it in the third. And then they did not allow a runner to reach base outside of a solo home run in the next 3 innings before the Blue Crabs stranded one in the 7th after a leadoff single from Nina. Vaughn hammers one towards left. It's right at Phipps, though. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third is Griffin, as he'll come across to score, and Vaughn will be credited with the sacrifice fly. So there's another RBI to the tally for Corey Vaughn. That gives him 2 in this game and 4 in the series, as Vaughn, as we mentioned earlier, starting to come around with the bat. He's adding to the RBI totals, as now he sits at 33. I believe that is tops on the team. I am right.
A very good series by Vaughn. You've seen the numbers just climb and climb. He now sits right above Frank Martinez.
Ryan Strasburger in the conversation as well at 30. I mentioned the other day we were expecting him back Wednesday. That timetable got delayed a little bit, but tomorrow is now the expected return for the Blue Crabs' third in RBI total. 1-0 the count to Maddox as a breaking ball is bounced here from Campos. The count will go to 2 balls and no strikes on the Blue Crabs catcher. He's reached on an error and flown out twice.
Maddox hitting .364 in his last 5 games coming into this ball game, as well as having a home run and 3 RBIs in those games.
This one misses low, and the count at 3 balls and no strikes. Maddox taking all the way, and this one misses out of the zone anyway. So he's aboard with the walk from Campos. That'll move Martinez over into scoring position and bring up Nina, who's got a base hit. A single that led off the 7th, and that will end the day for Campos. So we'll get you the details on the new reliever, as whoever it is will inherit runners on first and second, 2 outs when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network. Angelise Nina comes to the plate. Mark Haynes on the rubber. As 2 on, 2 out, Haynes inherits a pair of runners from Campos. And we'll look to strand him there as he gets a fastball across the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
Haynes' numbers on the year here in his 9th appearance. He has a 1.23 ERA, a 1-0 record in 7 1/3 innings.
This one will sneak by the catcher to the backstop. It'll be a wild pitch as both runners will advance here. So now Blue Crabs have 2 in scoring position for Nina, and that opens up first base with a 1-1 count. So Nina looking for a single that would likely score 2. Yeah, Maddox on second, Frank Martinez on third. As Haynes comes set and delivers. Nina with a fly ball towards center. This should end the inning. Barnes is underneath it, and he will make the catch. Haynes does his job and strands the inherited runners. The Blue Crabs put up 1 run in the inning on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2 men on base. 12-4 your score. We head to the 9th inning. Cody Epley will take over from there when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Washington sports fans, rock your red, wear your curly W's, and break out your burgundy and gold for Washington Sports Night on Friday night, August 10th. That night, there will be a special Washington Sports t-shirt giveaway for the first fans in attendance, so arrive early, and don't miss a special appearance by the racing presidents from Nationals Park. To get your tickets today, stop by the E-Trepid box office, visit somdbluecrabs.com, or call 301-638-9788. Join our team every Friday home game as we honor those who serve our country by remembering everyone deployed. Every Red Friday, the team will wear military-inspired jerseys brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. All active and former military members receive $5 tickets with their military ID. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Cody Epley takes the mound for Southern Maryland here in the top of the 9th. Epley's got the 6, 7, 8 in the Sugarland lineup, as he'll look to follow what the last 2 relievers have done. Mazza with a 1-2-3 inning and Chafee with a 1-2-3 inning. Epley hoping for the same as he's got a called strike under his belt already to Albert Cordero. 0-1 as Epley, who works out of the stretch, comes set and delivers. This fastball swung and a missed, and the count at no balls and 2 strikes.
Epley a clean record, 0-0, a 1.13 ERA in 24 appearances, 10 saves in 24 innings pitched.
The 0-2 misses and the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. After posting just 3 strikeouts through the first 6 innings, Mazza and Chafee posted 3 strikeouts in their 2 innings. Epley's looking for 1 here. He does have already 17 in 24 innings. Comes set for the 1-2, kicks and delivers. Slider here, swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Cordero, and that is, in fact, strikeout number 4 in the last 5 batters.
Epley with a decent amount of MLB time under his belt. His best and year with most appearances came in 2012 with the New York Yankees. He went 1-2 with a 3.33 ERA and 59 games pitched. That's very solid.
With the Yankees, he pitched with likely future Hall of Famer Mariano Rivera. So he does have some time under his belt with one of the greatest closers in MLB history. If you ask Epley, there's not a doubt Mariano's a Hall of Famer, as this one misses low and outside. We actually got talking about Hall of Fame closers the other day. I was able to talk to him and about his thoughts on some guys. Hoffman, Rivera, Billy Wagner, and a man in this league, Francisco Rodriguez, as this one's chopped foul 1-1. And Epley said in his mind he believes that K-Rod is in fact a Hall of Famer. We'll see how the voting goes. He also said that he believes there's at least 2, maybe 3 Hall of Fame closers pitching right now in Craig Kimbrell, Aroldis Chapman, and he named Kenley Jansen as a potential one as well if Jansen can continue on and maybe get a World Series under his belt with the Dodgers. But he said he expects Kimbrell to get a World Series with the Red Sox. Chapman already has one with the Cubs and potential one with the Yankees upcoming. And he says that if they continue on at this pace, which he doesn't see any signs of either stopping, he believes they'll join Hoffman and likely Rivera in the Hall. Fastball, check swing, did he go? No, says the first base umpire. I believe. And the count at 2-1. I was correct. Very quick signal from Derek Moshe. Epley ready for the 2-1 as he comes set. Kicks and delivers. This one misses outside, and the count at 3 balls and 1 strike.
And if you ask me, there's absolutely no doubt that Mariano Rivera is the best closer in MLB history. Realistically, maybe one of the best, probably one of the best relievers, if not the best reliever ever. I mean, the stat where more men have been on the moon than runners have scored on Mariano in postseason history is crazy.
Fly ball towards right here. That's going to be handled by Songko. And that's 2 up, 2 down for Epley in the inning. Mariano was a clutch closer, to say the least.
I heard Jorge Posada, his longtime catcher, talking one time, and he said that with Rivera's pitches, they moved so much at the end, and that's really what it was. It was that cutter, obviously, that he relied on, and he said in the last couple of feet that pitch was being thrown, it would move some 8 inches.
The cutter has become a more well-known pitch because of Mariano Rivera, and it's led to the success of the aforementioned Kenley Jansen as well. A ground ball to first here off the bat of Alvaro Rondon. It's handled by Devin Rodriguez, and that's 9 straight Blue Crabs, Mazza, Chafee, and Epley, all with 1, 2, 3 innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base here in the 9th. Unfortunately, the Blue Crabs trail by 8 heading into the bottom half of the inning. The top of the order does come up, though, when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, is your family or work holiday party looking for a venue this coming fall or winter? Look no further than the newly renovated Legends Club at Regency Furniture Stadium, brought to you by the Blue Crabs. Numerous food and drink options and great flexible features mean the Legends Club will make your event the hit of the season. Call a sales executive today at 301-638-9788 for more information or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
TN Bose Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to present Fans for Our Fans at Regency Furniture Stadium once again this 2018 season. When the temperature at game time is expected to be a scorcher, TN Bose will do what they do best, keep you always the right temperature, by providing hand fans to the first 200 guests entering the stadium that day. Learn more about their technologically advanced AeroSeal duct sealing procedure online at tnbose.com. TN Bose for all your air conditioning and heating needs. Blue Crabs fans, your group of 20 or more can join us all season long with any of our several group hospitality areas at Regency Furniture Stadium. Our spacious and modern amenities can entertain your group starting at just $10 per person. The open-air picnic pavilion, upscale Legends Club, or luxury suites provide the backdrop for great nights at the ballpark. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 for more info or to book your group today.
Back to work is Mark Haynes as he'll return out after getting an out in the bottom of the 8th. Haynes starts the bottom of the 9th with a fastball for a called strike. Haynes relieved Campos with 2 away and 2 on in the 8th inning. He got a fly out to center field to finish the frame. As he gets one across here, no balls and 2 strikes. If they would have left Campos in, assuming that he finishes that inning in the 8th and this 9th, he actually would have been credited with a save in a 8-run game. If you toss more than 3 or more innings, as a reliever and finish the game, you're credited with a save regardless of the score. And a curveball misses outside. So even though the score was technically, I guess we'll say, out of hand, he still could have picked up a save had they rolled with him the rest of the way.
That's interesting. I didn't know about that rule. You learn something new every day when you're talking about the game of baseball.
Haynes will not be eligible for the save, as this one swung on and missed. 1 and 2 remains the count to Teodoro Martinez. If he finishes this cleanly, he'll be credited with an inning and a third, which is not the 3, and it's not under that 3-run limit that you have to face. He will not have faced the tying run either, so he does not meet any of the qualifications. Martinez fouls this one off as he continues to battle in the at-bat. If anybody gets a save in this game, it'll be because Southern Maryland rallies for at least 5 here in the 9th, and it will not be Haynes because you can't put yourself in a safe situation by giving up runs, so they'll have to go to somebody else, likely Felipe Paulino, to just stop the bleeding if at that point they've given up 5 already in the inning. Breaking ball misses low, and the count evens up 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Teodoro's had a rough series in terms of offense. A guy that really hits well at home. So far in this series, hitting 1 for 11.
2-2 upcoming from the right-hander Haynes as Martinez will foul off another pitch. A battle here between two as Martinez not willing to give in.
As a ball will become a souvenir for a fan.
Hit up on the roof and rolled back down.
And now the fan will give it away to a kid. And the old give it to a kid notion is going to come to fruition.
2-2. A chopper towards the hole here. Backhand effort from the shortstop Rondon. The throw not in time. It'll pull the first baseman off the bag. It's going to be ruled an infield hit for Teodoro Martinez, so he puts up a multi-hit game with a single in the third and a single in the ninth, and brings up Edwin Garcia.
Garcia provided the Blue Crabs a very promising beginning. That single down the right field line, but he ended up being cut off by the right fielder Jan Santi by a good throw.
So Garcia digs in, nobody out. Good speed on first and nobody holding. We'll see if maybe Teodoro wants to swipe second and eliminate the double play. He doesn't seem very interested in that, as a breaking ball will bounce low and the count at 1 ball and no strikes.
You wonder if at this point, if you're Teodoro, you don't want to maybe seem as though you're trying to be too aggressive, and then maybe you go on the second pitch if you're Teodoro.
This one misses, and the count at 2 balls and no strikes. A Let's Go Blue Crabs chant starting here very late. Fans haven't left. They're still into this game. Called strike on the outside corner. I'm just getting news for those watching in the Washington area that running back Darius Geis is being evaluated for a knee injury and will have an MRI tomorrow.
Wow.
So if you're keeping an eye on who was likely handed the starting role with the Redskins and Geis, he might be questionable. Knee injuries are nothing to play around with. As a change up right there for a called strike will even things, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So something to keep in the back of your mind if you're a Redskins fan in the area.
And he's a guy, correct me if I'm wrong, his draft stock took a nosedive because of his knee injury in college.
I believe you're correct.
I believe he tore his ACL back at LSU.
2-2 the count to Garcia as Haynes comes set and delivers. Chopper towards short. This could be 2, 6, 4, 3. And plenty of time to roll it. And that is the third double play for Sugarland today. Second, that's been hit into by Garcia.
And Geis spent a couple of years as a understudy to Leonard Fournette. Fournette, no guy to scoff at. He had an absolutely phenomenal rookie year. So whether you're a Washington sports fan or you're a fantasy football fan, you might want to keep both of those names and their health in mind.
Blue Crabs down to their last out here in the bottom of the ninth in the series finale, looking to avoid the sweep. It'll be an 8-run, 2-out rally if they can get it done, as Rodriguez swings through a fastball. 0-1 the count. Rodriguez 1 for 4, a double and a run scored tonight.
The Blue Crabs only trail in terms of hits by just 2. 14 hits for the Skeeters, 12 for the Blue Crabs.
This one fouled off by Rodriguez. Will bring Southern Maryland down to their last strike. They're in danger of going 10 out in the division. As a fan yells, you've got them right where you want them. I don't know if I necessarily agree, as Haynes out of the windup for the 0-2 will kick and deliver. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and that will finish this series. Sugarland gets the sweep as they go to 20-9 on the second half of the season. Final score 12-4. The win will go to Alex Wimmers. Wimmers will go to 2-0 on the season. The loss will go to David Wayne Russo. Russo on the year, 1-4. So Sugarland sweeps the doubleheader yesterday, and they finish it off with a 12-4 win. An offensive explosion for them. The long ball played a big part in that throughout the series. They showed why they have the best record in the Atlantic League. They showed why they won the first half, are winning the second half, and why they lead the league in home runs, no doubt. So Wimmers is credited with the win because the starter Dallas Beeler didn't go long enough. This was honestly one of Beeler's roughest performances of the year. He gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, only went 3 innings. For a guy that's 6-1 with a sub-2 ERA, it's nice to get him out of the game early, but the Blue Crabs were unable to capitalize on that. Really, it came down to pitching as the main reason, though.
Yeah, when you take a glance back at those second and third innings offensively for the Blue Crabs, they were handed some gifts by the Skeeters. The Skeeters had 3 errors in those 2 innings, and one of those ended up being turned back into a hit, but still 2 errors. That came on 6 Blue Crabs hits. They plated 2 runs and stranded the bases loaded in both those innings. So that's why when you look at the hit column and think, wow, that might have been a close game, it was the runners left on base that made it a little bit more of a tilted score.
So final score 12-4. Sugarland sweeps the series. They now hold a 10-game lead over Southern Maryland in the second half Freedom Division standings. The Blue Crabs will look to turn things around and snap a 5-game losing streak tomorrow. They bring the Road Warriors to town for a 3-game series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, before a road trip to Long Island and then back home for 4 with the Road Warriors. So hopefully they can snap off a little win streak here in the next 7 or 8 games, try to get themselves back into contention, as we have just a little over a month left in this 2018 season. But for tonight, Sugarland is victorious, and they will head back home for a 7-game series against the Somerset Patriots, I believe, starting tomorrow. So a big win for Sugarland. A tough loss for Southern Maryland. A tough couple of days for Southern Maryland. But they'll look to turn it around tomorrow. Casey Delgado will take the mound against Raul Rivera. 6:35, the first pitch in that game. We'll be live at 6:30. Join myself, Brandon Bulanda, and my broadcast partner, Andrew Banstra, back here tomorrow. We'll see you at 6:30 on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.